Hello, Wastelanders, and welcome to Fall of Man Radio, episode 10. I am your host, Overseer of the Overseer's Logs, and I'm here tonight with my partner in crime, the man who can buy and sell just about anything, from weapons and armor to medical supplies and even table legs. Yes, table legs. The Merchant. And just so you know, guys, remember, this is all for fun. We mean no offense to anybody on what we say and do on this show tonight. So, please, try not to take things too seriously, because tonight is going to be the first night we ever do in-character interactions. Meaning, basically, we're going to interact with each other and have our normal banter as Wastelanders. So, no more prepper topics, no more Wasteland stories, although those will come up inevitably, just in an in-character perspective. And to some extent, even the prepper topics will. But nonetheless, tonight's show is a test at being more of a entertainment show than previous ones. So we hope you enjoy your stay, and, well, I guess we should get started. So, Merchant, I've been working in the shelter for a while. It's been a while since we've been able to go out to the Ballahat compound since, the whole gaseous fumes came around and killed half the populace of the area. So I've kind of been taking care of things in the shelter, to the point where I've pretty much done enough things that I'm sitting on my ass wondering what to do with my life. And because of that, I'm curious, what are you doing out in the wasteland? Because I assume you're still out there.
Oh, just making this little place heaven. I'm surprised you Vaultors ran into stuff to do. I thought you guys had packed a bunker full of board games and Yahtzee and whatever else to keep you sane. Oh, have you tried counting the ceiling tiles and then naming them?
Oh, God. I think I did that a long time ago before I became Overseer. I will say, don't get me wrong, I've been pretty busy. Being the Overseer is a lot of work. But
a lot of paperwork.
Yeah. Lately, things have been running pretty smooth. And since I haven't had a chance to go out into the wasteland, and because of the way I've kind of structured how things work in the vault, or in the shelter, I'm kind of like, I don't really do all that much to begin with. Most of my role is when I'm outside, making connections and working with you to increase trade options and stuff like that. When I'm inside, ironically enough, despite my title, I probably have the least amount of power compared to some of the other people, namely the Congress, if you will, that I may or may not have established in my time as Overseer.
Here, I thought the Lunch Lady Mafia had taken over the cafeteria. Well, I'll say this: you're not missing too much. There's always the ravenous gang of cannibals.
Yeah.
There's always some cults here and there. And I mean, yeah, you're not missing a whole lot. But yeah, just make sure you don't get rusty. We're gonna need you when things kind of kick off again.
Oh, I know.
Make sure you're practicing the sword and the pencil.
Yeah.
Or the pen and the pen and the sword.
Yeah. And by sword we mean gun.
Rever. No, you're right.
Well, I have been developing a new set of armor for when I go back out into the wasteland once again. I intend to increase my ballistic protection.
Ooh.
Yes. I'm
20
gonna add some. I already have a plate carrier, if you will, but I'm going to be adding additional armor on top of it soon. So things are gonna get interesting, to say the least.
Well, at least you haven't. At least you're not making the mistake that I've seen a couple vault dwellers and early wastelanders make, and thinking that license plates have a ballistic rating.
Yeah. Oh, I know. That's why I keep them on the shoulders, and I don't use them as actual body armor. And that's mostly for the aesthetic, let's be honest.
It's always got that avant-garde, je ne sais quoi look about it.
Yeah.
I'll admit I was tempted to make a set of tire armor once the everything started collapsing, but I just I tried cutting through a tire once, and ooh man, I will tell you, I became tired and then decided to retire.
Yeah.
Tire.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some tire parts and stuff, and I've thought about implementing it in some capacity, but I haven't been able to figure out how. And mostly because it's like, it's not full tires. It's like pieces that were like cut out. So I'm trying to figure out how to use that, but otherwise I have no idea.
Yeah, it is pretty difficult, especially the steel band stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they, as technology advanced, they were essentially developed to the point where they are highly resistant to typical blowouts, like of the olden times where truck tires would explode. Although I was on the highway, way back before, on our way up to good old college land, Regiment dated, and a truck tire exploded next to me, and I thought I was gonna poop myself.
Yeah, I've seen even now after the fall, I've seen tire pieces from semis from way back still sitting out on the highways. I'm surprised nobody has gone and grabbed them.
Yeah, I mean, if they're complete tires, you can use them for all sorts of stuff. You can use them for
Yeah.
barricading. You can use them for retention walls and whatever. But going out and having the necessary tools and know how to take rubber or take those kind of steel banded tires and mash them together to make some armor.
Yeah.
It's not like the old the video games we used to play where you just put it in your inventory and it just magically just crafts itself.
Yeah.
Hit it with a
Yeah,
hammer and
crafting isn't as easy as it was in video games.
Yeah,
Nor is
exactly.
inventory. You can't carry literally everything. You don't have an interdimensional void that you can put your stuff in real life.
Sadly, not yet. Or ever.
Probably not ever. Especially considering, technology is kind of reverted.
I was thinking to myself, if I were to develop some sort of weird radiation mutation, and I was thinking 4 arms would be kind of cool because then you could have 4 guns at the same time. Or 4 knives. Or mix and match.
Well, I
You play
mean,
patty cake with 2 different people.
I guess you could do 4 guns if they were handguns, or you wanted
That's
to,
true.
single hand a rifle, but otherwise you're only going to get 2 if you're using a rifle.
Yeah, and you can't really... you have to hip fire.
And it's probably super awkward.
Yeah, unless you had, another head.
Yeah.
But until that point, I'm happy just having 10 digits and 2 arms.
Yeah. Have you run into any weird mutations out there in the wasteland? Because I've seen some interesting things, but nothing too significant, other than maybe the angels.
The angels are peculiar. I don't really quite know a whole lot about them. Nothing super fun, like, again, having 4 arms. A lot of people lost their hair depending on which areas they were in or just straight up died.
Yeah,
Or
most
had
people
big
just get
big
cancer.
Yeah, just get straight up cancer, which is not good.
No.
And yeah. Or they get the big cancerous masses.
Oh.
But I mean, it adds no tactical advantage of having those things.
No. I mean,
Now, some of the
we've
go
been
ahead.
lucky compared to fiction. There aren't too many mutants that we have to deal with. I'd say the angels
Yeah.
are definitely an exception, but I think those are more. If I'm correct in my assumption, those are more biological. Well, not biological. Well, yeah, biological, but like I think those things were made in a lab.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. I don't know. I don't know what they would have mutated from or what
Like
would have caused that sort of thing.
radiation don't do that. Radiation just gives you
No.
cancer.
Yeah, it just gives you cancer. It doesn't give you superpowers or anything. It just gives you cancer.
Yeah.
Um,
Like if you have a
well,
kid, I think your child will have some sort of DNA mutation, but otherwise like there's nothing
yeah,
significant. And normally they don't survive.
yeah, and I think you can take in a base level radiation without any major side effects, depending on the exposure. But again,
Oh
that's
yeah.
not my expertise. Or would I want to test that out?
No. Well, I mean, back before the fall, we had X-rays, and we had to wear
True.
protective, like clothing essentially whenever getting one.
Yeah, super thick lead line vests.
Basically.
And I've got a couple, or before before the war, I got a couple X-rays, but unfortunately,
Yeah.
again, still no forearms and no cool magic powers. It's like, nope,
Well,
I just.
to be completely honest, I'd prefer we all stay as human as we possibly can.
I mean, have you thought of any cool mutations that would be advantageous in your job in the vault or out in the wasteland?
Physical mutations? No. Well, if I could have some sort of mutation that increases my resistance to disease or um poisons, venoms, that kind of thing, that would be great. But like I wouldn't really be for the whole extra limbs and stuff.
Yeah. Then I'd have to make a new shirt and have new sets of armor to incorporate the arm. So
Yeah.
yeah. And don't you know, Trevor, the wasteland's hazardous to your health.
Of course it is. If it ain't the radiation, it's the people.
Yeah, it's true. They're very hazardous. Some are cool. Some are not cool.
Yeah.
We run across both varieties.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess to answer the question you mentioned earlier, no, as far as other mutations, no, I just have to be really careful if I know if there's a pocket and there's wildlife, you have to be really careful about like eating the meat or getting
Yeah.
close and getting in contact because they can over time they can they by proxy be hazardous to you, like the old documentaries where you're not supposed to pet the stray dogs that came from Chernobyl, or
No.
which is unfortunate because who doesn't love petting puppies?
What's crazy is that like Chernobyl, like, I mean, we don't know what's going on in Europe right now, or even
No idea.
the entire other. We don't know what's going on outside of our own state. You know, like since the fall, we've lost pretty much all communications with the outside world. We have no idea. We just know that like what remnants of civilization and government there is are hidden, if anything,
Yeah,
if not entirely destroyed.
yeah, all the cell towers and communication, and I don't really have access to any long distance radio communications or even
Yeah.
finding me working if there is any lab. So it's all
Yeah,
a mystery. But I will say,
like
the
our
typical
radio
communication-
signals, the shelter's radio signals, or radio capabilities, are pretty much only statewide. That's kind of the main reason we were able to find what turned out to be you, or where
Little
you
me,
originally
right?
were. And this
Oh,
goes
yeah.
back to when we first met. Radford.
Paying off my old college tuition.
Yeah, with your life
One
potentially.
Yeah, yeah, one backbreaking deed at a time.
Yeah.
No interest rate though. I'll say that.
I mean, what's crazy is like the fact that we were able to pick it up in the first place. I assume you don't know what the signal or the transmission was, correct?
Nope. I'm not sure where it originated from either. I mean, I know there's a communications lab at Radford, but
Yeah.
it wasn't my major, so I never really interacted with those guys.
Yeah.
Communication majors were kind of weird.
I knew some. Yeah, I know. But so we
Actually, oh, sorry, go ahead.
got this transmission, and basically it was like this message saying basically, oh hey, this is a safe place, come here and whatnot. But it was like oddly suspicious in the way it was said, if I remember correctly. And because I had this was before I was overseer, I had maybe angered those in power at the time. They kind of used this transmission as an opportunity to get rid of me. And that's why I was ultimately sent out into the wasteland and headed towards what ultimately ended up reuniting in a way with you after the fall.
Well, I appreciate you pissing off the right people at the wrong time.
Yeah.
The wrong people at the right time.
I mean, they were the right people to get pissed off. Or
Now, did you get suckered into you got suckered into going to Radford or to Richmond? I can't remember where the signal was
I
coming
got
from.
suckered into going to Radford, but I had to go through Richmond to get there.
Ooh. Yuck.
Basically, they expected me to die. Obviously that didn't happen, and a lot of things have changed since then.
I was gonna say you're probably one of the most resilient Voltoilers I've seen. You'd be surprised of how many red-eyed, bushy-tail Voltoilers come to my table and they're just oohing and eyeing over everything and just get suckered into everything. You can tell them the sky was purple and they believe you.
The inability to adapt is one of the most obnoxious things I've had to deal with.
You guys need to revise the GOAT test.
Oh, we got rid of that a long time ago in my mind. We got rid of a lot of things in mine, including the martial law. That's why I was sent out. Because I was resistant.
Like, fight the power, man.
Basically. But
school sucks with an X.
Yeah.
Nah, just kidding.
But yeah, there's been numerous reforms since then.
Well, that's good to hear. Let's or higher survivability rate for leaving the vault.
Yeah. Yeah. Most.
I assume the. Oh, go ahead.
So, a lot of people. We kind of got a system going where, like, once you reach a certain age, you basically have the choice to leave or stay. Oftentimes, though, I've found that a lot of people end up deciding to kind of go the in-between route and serve more as, like, a explorer who kind of just goes out for a while and then comes back with, like, data and scavenge and stuff like that, which I appreciate because it means that like we can still maintain the shelter without risk of having to abandon it because like there's not enough supplies, but because there's people willing to just go out there and find supplies and bring it back, we don't have to worry about that as much. Although
Yeah,
some people
no,
have decided to live completely outside, including Captain America.
I mean he was an enthusiastic camper before the war.
Well, I know.
I can't imagine putting him inside of a vault for that long, but it sounds like he minded his manners.
Yeah. Well, he's the reason I even got in the first place. He's also the reason that the people in power didn't just kill me. Outright, that
Man, they
is.
were.
You'd
they
be
really had
surprised
something
at how
against
much influence he has.
Well, I thought it was just you beat him in too many games of Jenga and you just got pissed off. Yeah.
Nah.
I mean, I don't know if I could be trapped in a vault with that many people for that long without getting cabin fever.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, part
But
of the
then again,
reason
I'd
why
say
I
that.
leave and why I've structured things so that I can leave is because you get a little bit claustrophobic after a while.
Yeah, I would too. Well, then again, I say that and then before the war, I kept to myself in my room. So
Yeah.
I guess
Well,
just because I had creature comforts.
yeah, I mean, I'm still introverted by nature. But I don't know. Just because I'm an introvert doesn't mean I want to stay in one place all day, every day. Like,
Yeah,
I
there's
do want to
levels to
go
it.
out and see things and see the world. I just might not always want to interact with people.
Yeah, because people are icky. And I agree. I deal with a lot of them.
Yeah, you deal with them significantly more than I do. But that is one of your strengths when it comes to the circuits of value.
I'm
Which
friendly.
I am curious, how is business going lately? I know we haven't been able to go to the Ballahat compound lately, but I'm curious.
I mean, it's been stable. Unfortunately, when the Angels attacked, it definitely drove away a lot of customers and also killed a lot of customers.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
So, I mean, with the winter months coming in, you know, the items that always sell the most being, you know, clothing, blankets, matches, any sort of fire making stuff, tinder. So
Yeah,
it's ebb and flow. It's not as popular, or sorry, the business isn't as thriving. I mean, again, because the Angels kind of came through the area, and to my scouts' knowledge, that it pretty much wiped out a good chunk of the population there.
yeah,
So we're just gonna have to keep an eye on things. We
yeah,
had a couple iron, a couple was it irons and a couple fires. Trying to
yeah.
remember how that old name goes.
I mean, I don't think there's very many of those things out there, and they tend to stay
Fires
within a certain.
or irons?
Oh no, the
Oh,
mutants.
angels.
Yeah. Honestly, I think they deserve a better name than that. We'll have to think of something. Um,
Crazy fucking animals that
yeah.
kill everybody. Nah, it's too long. I think Death Claws is already trademarked.
Yeah, yeah.
They kind of look like bats. Their faces look like bats. That's the only. I mean, that's about as close I got to them. But
Vampires.
I don't. I mean, that's a lot more suitable than angels.
Yeah,
When you think of angels, you're like, oh, they're coming. They're angels. They're angelic.
but it has to
They're
be
beautiful.
vampires spelled wrong.
V Empire. There we go.
Like pyre as in fire, or
Yeah.
no, not fire, but like with a Y.
Yeah. It's all cool and new.
I don't know. We'll
But
think of something eventually.
yeah, so I think they're probably, you know, off doing their own thing, or we'll just have to see. Again, I'm not.
I mean,
I'm
we
not taking
have
the risk.
when we have mad lads like Scotty willing to track them. Honestly, I'm half tempted to hire him solely for the purpose of studying the things.
Yeah, because if we can learn more about them, we can ideally kill them and get
Yeah.
them out of the area, figure out where they're coming from. Because I assume there's multiple of them, and I assume they're trying to make more of them.
Oh yeah. Well,
Or
we
they're
gotta
making more
figure out
themselves.
what's making them for one, if there's
Exactly.
anything still making them. But one of the things we did learn in our last encounter was that, generally speaking, they're not very good fans of light. They tend to come out
Yeah.
towards the end of a day when the sun is going down, if not already down. So I
So
think,
that's why I think. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, I think that the sun in it of itself is a threat to them. I don't know if it's something that hurts them or simply like disorients them though.
Yeah, I'll have to see if I can scavenge up some UV lights and see if that has any effect. I mean, maybe there are more like vampires than we thought.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
I mean, it's something to take in, but yeah, we'll just have to
Yeah.
be careful.
Their method of killing isn't exactly vampiric though.
Nah,
They kind of just maul
rip
you
and
to
tear.
death and then eat your insides out.
Yeah, unlike the romanticized vampires.
Mm. Um,
Well, even I say vampire bats usually like, from what I remember, they just kind of they leave. I mean, they're small, so they don't
yeah.
really kill anything. So they just kind of drink, like fly on something, drink its blood, and then leave.
I mean, it
Kind
could
of like
be.
giant mosquitoes.
Yeah. I mean, it could. Oh god, that'd be terrifying.
Yes.
It could be possible that they are a mutated version of a vampire bat, for all we know. I mean, you did say that they look like bats to some extent.
They do that, at least in the nose and some of like the giant ears. But
Yeah.
again, I wasn't around them long enough to like get a good. I'm not much of a biologist.
Yeah. Well, our first encounter, we didn't even really see them. We just had to cower in fear of them.
I heard the screams and gunfire. Knew that we could
Oh,
not tango with that.
yeah. I mean, I was ready to just schwack anything that came through the door. Human, angel, didn't matter. If you were not somebody who I recognized, you were probably gonna get shot. Even if it was ultimately for nothing. We'll have to
Sounds
figure out
like
some way to kill these things, because as far as I'm aware, bullets ain't working.
no, and the only thing that like somewhat deters them is electricity and light, and
Yeah.
those things are kind of hard to come by,
I might,
at least in large enough numbers.
yeah, I might see if I can modify my prototype rifle to output more energy and see if that has a better effect on them.
I might just duct tape a super soaker and a gas tank together and see if I can get a pilot light. See if the universal
Fire?
cleanser works on them. Yeah,
Yeah, like the classic zombie.
I mean possibly. I mean, I'll pay someone a couple caps and see if it works.
If fire works out,
Or
yeah, go for it.
or Molotovs or something. I can't imagine why not. I mean, everything pretty much reacts negatively to fire.
To being on fire, yeah.
To being literally on fire. I mean, I'm usually pretty pissed if someone's like lights me on fire. I'm like, yo, that wasn't cool, of you man. I'm like totally on fire right now. That's just cramping my style.
Yeah. And I'd also imagine if you get enough ordnance, you could probably make them explode.
Yeah, as you said, if we get some like laws, anti-tank rifles, if we get some big munitions.
The hard part
trying
is
to cut
getting
across-
access to that shit out in the wastes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, trying to find a giant bore rifle or an elephant gun.
Especially when
But yeah.
places like the armory at Radford were pretty much picked clean early on, either by the
Bone
military or by wastelanders themselves.
Yeah, I'm surprised we found anything in there. Then again, it was like tucked away. It was like fell over. Someone got giddy because they found a box of MP5s,
Yeah.
and one just happened to fall behind a corner. I think what else we scavenged from there. Excuse me, sorry. Ooh.
I mean, my newest shotgun.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, shotgun, and I'm trying to remember where Frank's AK came from.
That might have been a
Both of them.
civilian one.
Yeah, I think he probably got them from the area.
Yeah.
Because there's
I mean, a lot of our guns are civilian,
yeah.
so
I mean,
It's kind of how it goes.
How it goes.
But
I mean, my current one I found off. I found on a dead raider. It was just jammed all to hell.
yeah,
There was a stovepipe and a double feed in it, and I had to put a hammer to that thing to get it all functioning again. But it works like a charm now.
yeah, that's good.
It's a little garbage can gun. I love it.
Is that another? Is it a submachine gun? What is it?
Yep. Yeah. It's the GAT.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You've had a couple
got a
of those. I don't know how you keep getting your hands on those out in the wastelands.
They jam. People bring up to me to sell because it's broken, and then I just
And then you
them,
fix it.
and then I make it work, and then it's okay. Cool. I've got another gun for cheaper.
Yeah, honestly.
I think the most at one time I had 3 of them, or maybe 4.
Nice.
They're-
I mean, I
they're
think
handy.
one thing you see in the wastelands a lot is that people are awful at maintaining their firearms
Yes.
because a lot of them
Unfortunately.
just don't know how.
Yeah, I mean, you take the average person who may not have like a lot of firearms practice, or maybe went to the range one time, and then you're having them rely on a piece of equipment like that, like day in and day out,
Yeah.
and also getting access to cleaning supplies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where in a pinch, WD-40 can work. It's not recommended though.
Yeah. Yeah, I was lucky enough. One of the benefits of having been in the shelter, even with the whole martial law thing, is they basically made you learn how to maintain a firearm.
Oh, they didn't have a stockpile of KY.
No.
Which is good to know. It's good to know. That's why when we can, we try to scavenge up old airsoft guns or BB guns because we can practice with them without needing to go through ammo.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, don't use that in an actual engagement, though.
No, you will lose
Yeah, real fast.
really fast.
Won't be fun. Unless you can manage a good shot in the eyes.
Yeah, you shoot them and they have a grenade on them and you have to shoot the pin off somehow.
Yeah, like you pull some crazy video game nonsense.
Yeah, and then maybe, totally bring an airsoft gun. I mean, I've seen a couple people, unfortunately, try to rob me with fake guns.
Really?
Varying, yeah. People spray paint like an old BB gun, and it's like, I've already stared down that gun like 800 times, bro. You gotta try harder.
It's like I can tell the difference.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you remove the orange tip.
No, it's like I can clearly see that barrel isn't wide enough to hold a 9mm.
Yeah.
You're not fooling anybody, buddy.
And if you're holding it close enough, I can see the inner barrel of the airsoft gun.
Yeah. Hey, is that a 601 Type 4? Nice.
And they're like taking it back.
Oh no, it's like yeah.
And by the
Yeah.
way, and then you pull out like the real one. By the way, this one's real.
This is how it's supposed to look.
No,
a
get the
reverse
fuck
robbery.
out.
Give me all your stuff. No, give me all your stuff. Most of the time, it's not worth the hassle. Usually, once they're made, they get out of there because it's a mess to clean up.
I know, right?
The people surrounding them that get viscera on them. I have to say sorry, and I usually have to give them some sort of compensation.
Yeah.
So it's
Although
usually
with
just
our
easier just saying-
reputation, oftentimes it's our very customers that do the work for us.
Oh yeah, it's like straight up street justice. They'll be like, yeah, they'll just beat them up right there in the line and take the stuff.
They're like, we're gonna take this guy outside.
And to take his stuff, okay, cool. If there's something on you don't want, bring it back here. I'll probably buy it off you.
Yeah. Occasionally you hear a gunshot. Oops.
I mean, if people want to waste around on them, that's their prerogative.
Yeah.
I try not to, but sometimes, if someone's being a jerk about it and they're a legitimate threat, yeah. Because once you show weakness, then they'll keep coming back. They're like, they're like cats. Once you feed them, you feed them, they'll come back.
Except cats are cute and cuddly and worth it.
Cats are cute and cuddly. And the only problem is I'm still allergic to them.
Yeah.
That's my problem is when I'm scavenging and I come across a house that's like filled to the brim with cats. I have to put on a
Oh
respirator. Yeah, it's not for like a biological reason or like, oh no, it's oh, there's these dangerous vapors, there's like
yeah.
spores in the air. It's like, no, it's a bunch of cats. I've gotten some weird
I
looks
don't want to
about it, but
seize and reveal my position to the world.
yeah, I don't want to have itchy red eyes
Yeah.
and like people think I'm infected with some sort of like crazy disease or some sort of
Or on
zombie.
drugs again.
Or on drugs again. I'm keeping clean, trying to
Staying sober.
staying sober so I don't get pulled over.
Nobody's gonna pull you over in the wasteland. There is no cop.
That's true. There are people want to take your stuff that take your ride,
Yeah.
take your fuzzy dice that you have hanging above your.
Yeah, it
your
kind of
rearview
reminds me
mirror.
of my trip to Richmond back at the very beginning.
Ooh,
That wasn't
how'd that
fun.
Did-
Well, what's interesting is it was kind of smooth at first. Managed to get a car going of all things. Yeah, I know gas is like kind of hard to get by, especially good gas. But I
Yeah.
managed to pull it off somehow. And got to about just outside of Richmond, and some raiders ambushed me. I managed to escape the car, but I had to abandon it. Losing a lot of the stuff I had gathered in the process. But my life is more important than whatever I got, so after that,
There you go.
I kind of had to sneak around for a while. If I remember correctly, you might have been in Richmond around the same time.
Probably, if you heard screams and gunfire, more so than usual. Then yes.
Yeah.
Frank and I we're on a scavenging run around the same time from what you've talked about.
Yeah.
From what I remember,
Well, I mean,
things went south.
I wouldn't be surprised considering the gap, the time gap between y'all being in Richmond and me getting to Radford finally, because transportation became a difficulty. So I kind of had to travel the old-fashioned way for a while,
The old left and right.
basically. And anything else I could get my hands on. I did take a bike at one point. Bicycles are useful.
As silly as it look, with someone fully tacked out on a bicycle, it's very low cost. You can get a lot further with less energy. And,
Yeah.
and you can do some sweet tricks on them.
Yeah, of course.
If you got the know-how, if you got the grind pegs.
Yeah. Most of what I had to deal with outside of Richmond, once I finally was able to get around there, it was mostly just animals, not so much people. Until Radford, of
sense.
course.
Yeah.
By the time I got to Radford, I believe you were being held for your supposed failures in Richmond, correct?
They were violating my constitutional rights as a trial by my peers. So yeah, they thought we were deserters because you guys came back. Why? Where's the rest of them? Where's all this stuff that we sent with you? And we're like,
They're all dead.
they're all dead. Everything's broken because there's a whole bunch of raiders. We literally walked into a trap
Yeah.
that you guys failed to see.
Yeah, so I don't know what all you saw in terms of your trip to Richmond and like your interactions with the Raiders or your firefight. But as far as I could tell, they're pretty well established there. Like they've got a number of different, I guess, tribes that have like culminated there. I'm a little bit concerned about what that spells for the future of the Commonwealth.
I've got a couple hypotheses based on from what I've seen in the future or the history of the history of the world.
Yeah.
When we were there, Frank and I there we didn't really see a unified like a specific uniform, a armband, some sort of like marking for a specific group. It was just a bunch of
Okay.
ragtag people
Hmm.
who were blitzed out of their mind on who knows what,
Oh,
and they were just pretty much attacking anything and anyone that came near the city. So I think
yeah,
now that they've had to kind of buckle down, and they probably absorbed, like you said, absorbed a bunch of different groups and factions and gangs from
yeah.
pre and post war. That
Oh,
yeah, they
yeah.
pretty much got a
Let's not
stronghold
forget the
there.
fact that some of these gangs have been around since even before the fall.
Yeah, and that unfortunately gives them a lot of clout and a lot of
Like
swinging power.
when like the Crips and Bloods still exist, you know, like
Yeah, they're still there. They're still and they're
and they're
still
still
spread out.
killing
But
each other.
yeah, they're more some of the bigger cities. Richmond isn't the biggest metropolitan city
No.
compared to like Detroit, Michigan, or Detroit,
Yeah.
um what is it, Chicago, and some of the other big cities. But for Richmond, for Virginia's sake, it's still a pretty big metropolitan area
Yeah.
compared to the only other I'd say place that'd be comparable is Northern Virginia, and there, as far as what's going on there, is kind of up in the air. I know in Charlottesville, the hospital town, they've got it pretty locked down there. But as far as
Yeah.
DC, from what I remember, is it's pretty much almost like it's like a no-go zone. It's kind of like Richmond, where there's just constant gangs and fighting, and
Yeah.
there's all sorts of
As
environmental hazards.
as far as I'm aware, the federal government has long since left.
Yeah, they're
Like
in some bunker somewhere, so
they're
pretty much the streets are overrun.
they're probably
know.
somewhere like Cheyenne Mountain or whatever. The problem is
much
that
so-
like nobody cares.
Yeah, exactly. It's just to the point where like, okay, what's the you have to factor in what's it worth to you, or
Yeah.
is it worth your life?
Like
As
a
much
lot
as I
of
do want to go back to
like the
Right.
government like we're not
Mike.
for sure. Sorry. The government may still exist, like a formal United States government, but it's so irrelevant considering the circumstances that we're facing now that like even if they tried to like reestablish, most people probably would be like, who the fuck are you? Like, fuck off.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly. As much as I do want to go back to the Smithsonian gift shop.
Well,
taking
now
sights
that
and
that's
sounds.
abandoned, you could get whatever you
Yeah.
want,
True,
including the artifacts.
but I have to risk going into DC.
Yeah.
I can steal the Declaration of Independence.
Yes. Assuming it's still there.
Assuming it's still there, not like just degraded. Because I know there's a bunch of systems in place to keep it protected, but I
Yeah.
know over time.
Well, I mean, we
It-
were
it still
lucky
breaks
that DC in and of itself wasn't struck during the war, and I think that was more a tactical move on the end of the enemy.
Yeah, I know there's a bunch of defensive systems
Oh yeah,
scattered
that too.
throughout, but yeah, it seemed like they target mostly like big military installations. DC is more it's more of a symbolic thing. It's not. I mean,
Yeah.
there is government that like meets there, but in reality, they can do everything. They could do everything over computer.
Yeah.
If they really wanted to. And there's plenty of systems
Yeah,
in
most-
place for like bunkers.
Most of the
'cause
places
they would
that
go
were
back to home states.
targeted were related to like manufacturing for military
Yeah.
equipment and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
which makes more sense
Yeah.
than just killing a
we really
politician, yeah.
don't know for sure about what's going on throughout the rest of the country. We know of a variety of factions that have made themselves publicly known across as many frequencies as they can get, I guess.
Yeah, either recruitment drives or
Yeah.
setting stakes and claims to different areas. So it's
Like, the reason why
These are-
we even mentioned the whole Crips and Bloods thing is because, like, they have publicly announced themselves over radio frequency that, hey, we control these places, kind of thing.
yeah, pay a toll or stay out. Or
Yeah.
it's like okay, Okay,
but a
okay, you're gonna put the
lot
main
of
source.
places are still dark, and we have no idea
Yeah,
what's going on.
yeah, 'cause
I
you've only
I
been
actually
up
try
and
to
down the
send
East
out
Coast a little
people
bit.
every so often. The problem is distance, I guess. It's
Yeah, we can't
until
just
we
hop in a car and
can,
drive.
yeah, until we can figure out a way to produce gasoline again, it's gonna be difficult to do long distance travel.
Even with horses, that's still like a lot of stress on them.
Yeah, and it takes longer.
Yeah, takes
But
longer and they're less, or you can't carry as much unless you get like a wagon,
yeah,
which then cuts down your speed even more.
like I know that we pretty much know most everything that's going on in the Commonwealth, Virginia Commonwealth.
Yeah, it's kind of our bread
And
and butter.
yeah, and
A little bit of
Warlord,
Pennsylvania, a little bit of the Carolinas.
yeah, and that's mostly because of guys like Warlord. Um, Warlord's a very influential person out in the wastelands himself. Um, he kind of controls an empire of his own, and
Yeah,
part of the reason we're kind of in this semi-reluctant relationship with him is because of the threat posed by places like Richmond.
exactly. We're a pretty small operation when it comes to these people.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we've been able to keep in his good graces, mainly because, again, connections and us being able to provide things.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I mean, at the end of the day, we're all scavengers, but it takes a keen eye. It takes certain knowledge to gain access to certain
whoops.
areas.
Yeah.
For me, mainly, how I was able to get a good chunk of stuff to kind of just keep me going is alongside 81. It's a big highway through Virginia for those listening at home. And when people are trying to get out at the same time, they get stuck on the interstates or sections of the interstate,
Yeah.
and they would just abandon their cars. So that was one of the first places I went to. Everyone was trying to go to Walmart or the gun store. I was like, I'm just gonna. Once people just kind of
Yeah.
left their cars, like, okay, it's mine. You'd be surprised what people left behind when they can't carry it.
Oh, I know, right?
Guns and ammo included.
Yeah.
And get
Especially
this,
when you're
sometimes
desperate.
one of the craziest things I found, crazy, is I was searching through a car along with some stretch of 81, and I was checking through the back seat and front seat. It wasn't a whole lot, and then I checked the glove box, and you know what I found in the glove box?
What?
Gloves.
Oh my god, they
Some
actually
crazy
used it
son
for
of
its actual
some
purpose.
crazy son of a bitch put gloves in his glove box.
Insanity.
I know this absolute mad lad.
Absolute insanity. Using it for actual gloves? What?
I know, right? I know, but being able to like again provide those things, we kind of have a mini community with amongst our friends and among our people. But I mean, we still have to reach out for certain things. We're not 100%, self-reliant. I wish we had everything. Although
Yeah.
that's where part of the vault helps too, because they do have a lot of manufacturing stuff that otherwise I would not be able to access.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, that's been a boon for us because if not for our ability to use essentially modern technology, um,
I'm a little jealous.
we probably would not be as well off as we are right now and kind of be pretty much just like anybody else, I guess.
Those dirty degens.
Well, I mean, I hate to say it, but like a lot of the Wastelanders are regressed technologically speaking.
I
And
mean, yeah.
there's a benefit that comes with being in a shelter in that you don't technologically regress.
Yeah.
At least not immediately until something goes horribly wrong and then you're kind of forced out. And then you have to adapt or die.
Now, have you ever experienced any like outward animosity because you're a vault dweller, or because you kind of survived the vault?
Well, I mean, obviously amongst the group, I have the banter and stuff with some of y'all. But I really don't go out of my way to make it known that I'm from a shelter. I kind of try to blend in as much as I can with the general wasteland populace.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna say coming out of a vault with bright orange or bright yellow and blue kind of. For a lot of those vaults are stuck in like a sore thumb.
yeah, and
It's
one of the
unfortunate 'cause
things
it paints a target on them.
yeah, one of the things I have the explorers do is blend. Nobody, pretty much nobody, is going out there with like standard issue stuff.
The bright blues and yellows.
Yeah. In fact, the people
Yeah,
living there basically dress like they would have before the war. Like,
Okay,
if
I was
we
gonna
have
say,
the
like a
means
set
to
of
make
clothes.
it, yeah. If we have the means to make it or get it, we're gonna use it. Like,
Going
there's no
undercover.
particular reason to be uniformed.
Yeah.
Like, the only people that we do have in a uniform are pretty much the security personnel.
Yeah, makes sense. Out of curiosity, what do the the Vault security use? Because I mean I couldn't remember if it was just pistols, or if it depended on the vaults or what.
So ours, since it was originally a military shelter and under martial law, pretty much
You had access
everybody
to
in
some
there
really good stuff, didn't
has,
you?
yeah, pretty much everybody in there has like M4s.
Damn, lucky man. I was using a shitty pistol for a good
Like,
chunk of the start.
we basically have standard issue army weapons. And
Damn,
I
here I was
believe,
rocking a 16 gauge shotgun that my grandpa gave me.
well, that's
That
what,
can only.
I mean, they gave me a 12 gauge when they sent me out. Like, they have shotguns.
Yeah, once
Out of the closet, overseer.
What?
there he is.
By the
There he
way,
is.
everybody, we are now joined by the Prophet, I believe, because I think I saw him pop up a couple
that's
times,
Phoenix.
and the one and only fiery bird of death, the Phoenix.
I am back and I am better than ever, and I'm ready to make things very interesting.
And dead, probably.
And dead.
Oh yes, yes.
extra holy.
Yeah.
No. We're not going to talk about religion. I hate religion.
No,
Okay,
we don't mean
extra-
those kinds of
extra
holes. We mean bullet holes.
Extra meaty.
But yeah, we were
It
just.
sounds like someone. It sounds like someone's munching on some crispy fingers out there.
I am eating chips.
It is finger food after all.
Are they? You know, is it like nicely toasted pieces of body parts?
It's it's mesquite barbecue from a
Vault brand.
from a Trader Joe's that my exploration team raided like yesterday. I'm surprised it preserved so well.
Trader Joe's ain't got shit on me.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, if you put enough salt on anything, it's going to be preserved.
that's true.
That's true. That's why you're still
Salt your
kicking,
meat.
right?
Huh?
That's why Phoenix is still kicking.
Yeah.
Because I am super salty. I'm salty beyond belief.
Oh my god. So yeah, we've been just catching up and talking about what we're doing out in the wasteland, maybe a little bit about our past. But
Well, I'll tell you what I
yeah.
was doing out in the wasteland earlier today. I saw this female wastelander that looked like Willy Wonka stuffed her into a fucking pony keg.
Oh my.
That's how round she was. I wanted to kick her down a hill and see how far she'd roll.
Um
I'm surprised anyone's got that much meat on their bones, but
yeah.
probably a cannibal.
Oh, then they deserve it.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't feel bad.
if it was a cannibal, then she must have had some rotten meat in her stomach because she was pretty round.
Woof.
Not in all the right spots.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Like you still run into big people out there
Yeah,
despite
damn.
everything that's going on.
What's your secret?
Fattening her up to roast her like a pig later.
Yeah,
Well,
that
that
could
is
be
bad.
true.
Actually, since we brought up about big people, that is a caveat in the wastelands. because you typically want to have 1 to 3 rather large rotund people in your group because they're the ones that aren't going to move as fast. And if you've got cannibals or raiders, you kick them behind and let them
Cannibals,
slow them down
raiders,
so you can go.
mutants. Yeah.
Or cannibalistic raiders.
Or
I
or
live by a simple
cannibalistic
principle.
mutant raiders.
I live by a simple principle. You don't have to be the fastest. You just have to be faster than the slowest person.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, hello there, Prophet. Do we have any words of pearls of
Yeah,
wisdom from the Prophet this
what's-
evening?
What's
Yeah.
tonight's prophecy?
What is the
Well,
Whoops.
on the spot prophecies are not as good as thought out prophecies, I guess.
No,
They come from the heart, though.
They do.
Well,
Or the spleen.
I guess, yeah, I was talking with Merchant earlier about what's all going on in the wastelands for y'all. Because honestly, I am bored out of my mind in the shelter right now. So,
You're bored talking to me? You're bored talking to me?
No, no, that's not what I mean. I'm saying
Oh, okay.
that it's our conversation that is entertaining me. Because the work in the vault or the work in the shelter has kind of gotten tedious and boring, and I want a break. So I figured I'd contact you guys and see what's going on out in the wastes.
Well, I'll tell you, I am lucky to even be here tonight. I came across an encampment earlier in the week, and they were not so keen to philosophical.
They didn't want to philosophize with you.
But they did buy my shit, so
Hey,
that's good.
that's good. Probably the only reason you're alive. But yeah.
Now, Prophet, I think we've had this conversation. Not everybody in the wastes is going to absorb the. How can I put this? I'm not going to put it lightly. You know, pardon my French, but sometimes the verbal diarrhea to their ears, their minds can't handle, and you know, you try your best to give insight, knowledge, and a different thought process, where others just really want to fuck shit up.
Eat, shit, kill, sleep, repeat. There's a lot of people out there that want to just do that.
My hands raised.
I figured it would be. Nope.
Yes, the Phoenix is woken from his slumber. He's been not himself for a while, so
The Phoenix has been in hibernation.
The Phoenix never hibernates. I was just kind of laying low under a pile of ash somewhere, and finally, something stirred.
Waiting for the
Something stirred
resurrection.
inside. And he said, the Wastelands needs its legend back. Needs its god, the god of destruction.
Yes. That you do.
So
You
I
are
had to
the self-proclaimed god of the wastes.
No, not self-proclaimed. There's a handful of us that are gods. We've been around long enough to have the ability to claim that. But I was self-proclaimed legend of the wastes.
Fair.
But I spread my feathers and I shook my ashes off and said, "There's something in the air, and I don't know what it is, and it's exciting me."
It's not Christmas, or maybe it was Christmas.
Maybe. I doubt
No,
it.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was waste miss.
No,
No, that was fun though.
it might have been this call.
Bum bum bum.
Not to sound too edgy or provocative on Phoenix's behalf, but everybody does bleed.
Yeah. No,
Maybe
you're not.
maybe
You're
that's
not
what it
exactly
was.
invincible, but you do have the benefit of being a phoenix too.
I do. I have been shot enough, and I am still here. So, if that goes to show you anything,
Yeah, like the old saying goes, be wary of old men in professions where old men don't live long, or yeah, where men don't live long.
Yeah.
I will say that I rated a pre-war Wawa, and I actually came across a tasty treat.
Oh.
Yes, I'm currently driving around some very sketchy housing.
Lovely.
Oh yeah, it's great. Because
Prime pickings.
oh yes, it is. Either someone's gonna die tonight, or I'm gonna raid a few of these buildings and see what else I can find.
Hey,
But,
man.
I did come across.
If you can search a building, go for it, man.
I did come across a very, very expired and kind of stale tasting carton of cigarettes and a case of Purple Haze Bang.
What?
Now that's a treat.
Oh, it is.
The Bang is delicious.
It is.
Wish I knew.
I'm surprised that it still tastes very good and fizzy.
How many years expired is it?
I know, right?
It's kind of dark right now, so the next time you all see me, if I'm glowing, you probably know why.
I don't know. It could have been from those
you're pretty
quantums you got from Merchant.
Hey, I make sure to run a Geiger counter over those. There's acceptable levels of radiation in it.
Acceptable levels of radiation.
Unfortunately, not everybody has the technology on them like you and the Overseer.
Well, to be completely honest, he only has it because of me.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't hit after hours yet, and I really am trying to,
You're trying to keep things PG?
contain my creative juices, but I'm gonna let one pre-after hours comment out.
Uh-oh.
You might have a Geiger counter. My version of a Geiger counter is below the Mason-Dixon line, and it's only a zipper away.
Gotcha. How many times have we heard you say that?
So when do you like whip it out and like wave it around? If it starts glowing, they're like, "Oh, this area is irradiated."
No, actually, if I whip it out and I start waving it around and it does not get hard, it's got radiation.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Well, then that's when you get Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, Phoenix Rising.
You can get it at the Circus of Value.
From floppy to flagpole.
In 5, what is it, 5 or 2? I can't remember how many steps it was.
I can't remember. Okay.
3 steps.
3 easy steps, yeah.
What are those 3 steps?
Nobody needs to know. That's the trade secret.
Trade
I could
secret.
probably sum it down. You drink it, touch a titty, and away you go.
Yeah, true. True. Well, that's what we want people to think.
I will say that
Gotta keep it simple.
Yeah.
The phrase for Phoenix Rising was not. I did not come up with that. The Warlord coined.
Of course. I
We were
mean,
talking
let's
about it
be
earlier
honest.
on.
We've all come up with a variety of things, and honestly, he's come up with a lot of them.
I can't remember.
Hence-
I know I added one entry, but I don't remember what. Oh, it was the WWW. I think was my latest entry.
Oh.
Weaponized wasteland wiener. That's where you gotta improvise, adapt, and overcome in these crazy wild wastelands. So if you're raiding a house and you come across a 10-foot long dildo, and a raider breaks into your back door, you gotta fend them off.
You hit him with it.
You gotta beat him off.
You literally beat him to death with a dildo.
Okay, I guess I just catalyzed the.
You did.
The real digit hours. Real digit hours.
It's cool. We might not go as late as normal because this is more of a test run at the in-character stuff than anything else. So.
Exactly, Prophet. It is real DGen hours.
A 1, a 2, a skiddly diddly do. It's
Real DGen hours, real DGen hours, real DGen hours. We failed that.
Myself with these degens, probably
That
for
is a
the
good
immediate
question.
level.
Implying you are not the most degenerate of us all.
I was gonna say we're tame compared to you.
When you're wandering the wastes for so long and the voices in your head start talking to you, and then you're wondering
Don't listen to
what's
them.
real and what's not real, and you need entertainment, you find good people like Prophet and Overseer and Merchant and so many others.
Yeah.
Because then it makes you think, I am sane. I haven't totally lost my shit.
It also makes you stop listening to the voices inside your head and start listening to the voices outside.
I was gonna say some of the stuff you've said has made a sailor's blush.
Yeah.
Also coming from a sailor.
Oh yeah, you were a pre-war sailor.
Just because before the world went to shit, I was on a submarine. Yes, Wastelanders. The Phoenix was on a long black tube full of seamen.
Was it yellow?
No, unfortunately, it was not a yellow submarine. It was a black submarine.
Damn. It probably had a nuke on it, though.
Yeah.
Phoenix penetrating the ocean.
It's long, hard.
I'm on the way to Atlantis. Where the mermaids at?
The wettest bitch of them all.
Mother Nature.
His long, hard, steel-encased shaft.
What's long, hard, full of semen? My dick!
No, it's a submarine.
Okay.
Prophet. I want you to know I'm still looking for a soapbox for you.
To stand on?
Yes.
Well, this goes back to a conversation that me and the Phoenix have had prior about me stepping up onto a soapbox and prophesying in front of the countless wastelanders that we encounter and potentially becoming more of a personality.
And a religious figure? Maybe.
Oh,
Messiah.
It wouldn't be a personality. He would, with what he talks about, I'm going to go on a limb here, and hopefully it doesn't break under all my weight.
Pun intended.
People try to say that, people, Warlord and Corson and a few others were saying that when I was going through some moments of, that the world can live again and that every life in the wastelands matters.
Ask about
slaves, that. The slaves in the wasteland matters. You shouldn't be holding them back. You shouldn't be making them do things they don't want to do because they're people.
Shouldn't be having slaves in the first place. Ask me.
But they were trying to say that I was trying to form a cult. I was becoming a cult leader.
And
I sound like General Butt Naked.
But I've heard a lot of what Prophet prophesizes about. And if there was one person out there that could rally the Wastelanders together and get them to see a better way, a different way, I have in the Phoenix's fiery heart of hearts, I feel Prophet could do it. And if he had a soapbox to stand on, it would make it so much better.
Maybe.
I'll see what I can find.
Yeah. We'll see what we can find.
I mean, Merchant, we do find chairs, so right now we'll settle for a nice, sturdy chair.
Okay.
The
I was
whisper
gonna
of
say.
D10 hours might become a reality.
Huh?
Ooh.
I mean, if you want to call what you prophesize about real degen hours.
Oh no, I was just referring to the whispers of real degen hours, us coming together on this wavelength, might actually become a reality in the future. So
Yes.
So we have WLR Wasteland Radio. We have the Overseers logs.
Yep.
We have Wasteland After Hours, where we go from mild to wild, whips, chips, chains, and dips, any time of the day. And now we're looking at another broadcasting channel called Real Degen Hours.
I was thinking it'd be a subset of one of those.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
was
how I'm
believing that Degen Hours was going to stem from Wasteland After Hours.
Yeah. I'd imagine.
Sounds fitting. But do we have a channel for those that don't want to just listen to us talk? Do we have a channel where there's like some sort of other entertainments, like maybe?
Well, I was going to suggest Prophet's Playlist.
Oh.
Oh.
What do you have
Where I take
have in mind?
Where I take my well-adapted musical tastes and broadcast it out to any of the Wastelanders that might be listening.
Well, that would be very
Yeah.
interesting.
Angels and Airwaves, baby.
The question is, Prophet, have you ever used anyone's veins to replace a broken cord on your guitar?
I don't think it works that way.
I don't think it'd make the same sound.
You gotta play the meat guitar.
Don't eat the strange meat.
No,
Suck it to me,
you
suck
have
it
to
to me,
eat the
suck
meat
it to
that
me.
can't be beat.
What?
You have to eat the meat that can't be beat.
Well, yeah, I'll eat that one because I can trust that one, but I can't eat the strange
mean-
shit.
Technically, humans would be considered a musical instrument.
Oh, Jesus. Why? Because we
Does
have
that have
voices?
Does that have anything, Merchant, to do with punching a fart box?
I mean, you can make some weird sounds. some alto, some tenor,
Maybe a
and then
little,
you'll be taking it from the old bass, baby.
maybe a little soprano.
Does the sound change depending on how close you squeeze the butt cheeks together?
Yes.
Honestly, if somebody had that kind of talent, I'd be impressed.
And Wastelanders, this is where the Overseer logs gets banned.
Well, I'm not getting. It's not like I'm making money off of this anyway, so it doesn't matter.
You're making bottle caps. Fuck it.
I make plenty of those all the time.
That's true.
Are you say you're making them? Are you counterfeiting them?
No.
You scallywag. You son of a bitch.
No wonder why his pockets jingle jangle while he walks through.
Says the counterfeiter himself.
Okay, you caught me. You were an accessory.
I don't think he was pointing fingers just at you.
No. There are many responsible for it out in these wastelands. I will say though that
We will not drop any names.
generally speaking, it hasn't made all that much of a difference.
Yeah. No.
But it kind of
but
depends on what
still,
settlement you're in.
Yeah.
A good stem pack is worth its weight in almost anything.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
there are crazy people who go around with gold. Like, I'm
Just be
impressed
careful
they
about
have.
raising needles.
Huh?
I'll bring up an experience from Revelations 4, where the Phoenix's first time, or my formal self, who became the Phoenix, entered the Balhack compound with a case full of gold, silver, diamonds, and had to barter with a shaman for a stem pack.
Oh, yeah?
And the shaman,
I think. Oh, go ahead.
the shaman was not. He wasn't playing fair, but
I don't know what it
Phoenix
is, but those spiritualist types are quick to rip people off.
Well, I guess certain things don't change.
Yeah.
I offered him half of the contents of that case for a stem pack. Unfortunately, Phoenix in his younger years, was a little naive, and he wanted to survive and help his partners, his comrades survive. So and why am I talking in the third person?
Where are you?
It's like Phoenix.
I broke the fourth wall here. I literally had to trade the whole case for a stem pack.
Damn.
I will say that shaman held on to that case for a good 36 hours till someone stole it from him.
Was
He
it
was
you?
very sad after that. No, I didn't steal it back. Someone else did.
Someone beat you to the punch.
Honestly,
Why would I do that? I mean, the shaman enlisted my crew and myself's aid to be his private security force.
oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that part.
That was on the second day.
Fair.
So being revived was not a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, stem
Which
packs
also-
is interesting because, like, we have kind of a surplus at this point. At
We
least.
do, but some of them are not
Oh,
working
well,
as good as they used to.
Yeah, a lot of them
Well, I
are
had-
becoming defective.
Well, I had a decent amount, and then it got stolen.
Oh yeah, you
most
did get
recent-
robbed at the last outing at the Ballahat compound.
Yeah, I mean, I was able to make some of it back, but it took a big chunk of change.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah, we
so
learned
many
quickly
issues.
from that.
Yeah, lessons learned and Molotovs burned.
Yeah, let's.
And on Sundays, I'm drinking mojitos with the warlord on the 9th level of hell.
Mojito.
Mojito.
Oh, and he's actually kind of visit you?
Is that even English?
Is he gonna come and visit you?
No, actually, we meet at a certain location and we enter this doorway and we make our way down and we just kind of chill there. And we have these, these very, very fine women that bring us mojitos.
Ooh.
Mojito. Man, it sounds pretty chill for a trip to hell.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean, if you're going to hell, you might as well go in style.
Unless you're just
Sure.
referring to an underground bar, that could be a possibility.
There's a place in Jamaica called Hell.
Yeah. There's a place in the United States called hell.
Yeah, it's called Ohio.
Yeah.
I thought that was Nevada.
That too.
It's a dry heat.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. Oh, it's a dry. It's 200 degrees.
I don't
My
know,
skin's
man. I've
melting
actually
off.
been there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Have you ever been to Death Valley?
No.
It's a dry heat. No, I never went in there before the war, but I did go out west a couple times, and yeah, made the mistake of wearing dark clothing, and yeah,
Yeah, don't.
it's hot.
Unless
It's
you
real
have
hot.
a body like I do, don't.
I was gonna say is I'm not a skeleton, but I'll become one real quick.
Yeah. And then those
This is the
buzzards
closest-
flying overhead will have their way.
The closest person to looking like a skeleton would be the overseer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Despite my time out in the wasteland, I've actually somehow maintained my high metabolism.
Maybe you're the one on drugs
No,
or steroids.
definitely not that.
Nah,
That
okay.
would be noticeable. I would not be skinny if I was on
you and your damn Flintstone gummies.
Always have your vitamins.
Always. That's why Anthony's Phoenix is allergic to he's immune to radiation is because he takes his multivitamins.
Actually,
Yes,
no.
yes.
At this point, I'm scavenging for any freaking Activia I can find.
God.
Just put lavender oil on. It's essential.
You
Protects
know,
you from everything.
I have to keep my insides regular.
Of course.
Okay.
Because there's nothing worse than trying to run from a cannibal when you have a fresh turtle head poking out.
Woof. Well,
It's
very
like
comfortable.
it's
What?
like those old race. It's like that old racing anime. What was it? Oh, Speed Racer, where you put down an oil slick and you'll trip them up.
Speed
You just hit
Racer.
yourself and hope they trip. I hope they're so disgusted at it. They're like, ugh.
Yeah. Man, cannibals, I can't stand those guys.
Yeah.
Like, why would you? I understand when you're desperate, but when your entire culture is about eating your fellow man, kind of makes me want
It's a
to
cookbook.
purge you.
Yeah, the only thing I feel when I kill cannibals is recoil.
Oh.
Prophet, you're very quiet over there.
I noticed that.
He's prophesizing.
Had technical difficulties on my end.
Ah, okay. You're good. You're
In
good.
your
might
end,
be-
though.
Whoops,
That
I'm dropping
might
shit.
be key. That might be keyword for he's found himself a female companion for the night.
Oh my.
You got someone driving your stick shift tonight? Or are you more of a manual guy?
More of a Tacoma 150 guy.
I thought you identified as a
yes,
Ford
that's
F-150.
The Tacoma 150. This man has somehow figured out a way to combine a Tacoma and an F-150.
He saved a bunch of money by this one simple trick.
The ingenuity.
Find out how I did it with my free ebook.
Yeah.
The ingenuity of people in the wasteland astounds me all the time.
Necessity is the mother of all invention.
Yes. That is very true.
So here's a good topic for the Wastelanders.
What you got?
What's up? What's up?
Catchphrases.
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 Okay.
You know, Warlord has coined God knows how many.
I know, right?
He coined the catchphrase for Phoenix Rising. You know, I've coined, coined it at Rev 4. The Phoenix gets what the Phoenix wants as he shot a young kid and looted
Well,
him.
you also have
You wax that kid.
what was it? Oh God, I
Senseless
can't.
killing and
Yeah,
violence?
senseless killing and
Yeah.
violence.
Yep.
Somebody heal me!
Yeah, I forgot about that last part. Somebody heal me.
Well, I had to recently change my my catchphrase because it used to be, we're open, rain, snow, sleet, or gunfire. But then
Yeah.
once the Angels came out, we're like, nope,
Nope.
we're not fucking with this.
Nope. We ain't dealing with mutants that we can't really kill.
I guess from Fertile, it was we're having a fire sale as we return fire.
Yes.
Or from Rev 5 when I flipped over the table and I was like, you want it? Come and take it.
Yep.
You
I was
literally
like-
flipped your table over
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
I
you
was-
did.
with
I was
all
not-
the merchandise on it.
The Battle
Some
of
of it.
Sanctuary.
Yep. It was good
Has-
times.
It was glorious.
Does the overseer have a catchphrase?
Honestly, not really. I've never really thought about one.
Drink more Ovaltine.
You'll
I
shoot your
mean-
eye out.
You shoot your eye out, kid.
I'm gonna oversee your death. Finger guns are not optional.
I'm more a man that I don't know. I've never really thought about having one because I'm more a get down to business type of guy. So yeah.
Are you? Will you
To
get down
defeat the
business
Huns?
guy?
What do you mean by that?
Are you making a reference to a song, a pre-war song that the merchant enjoys and loves so much?
Which
From,
one?
From hold on. Oh God,
Mulan.
Mulan. Let's get down to
guy that
business.
created the mouse and that whole entertainment place down in Florida.
Yeah, Mulan.
When you said mouse in Florida, I thought Chuck E. Cheese for some reason.
Yo, those animatronics are freakier now after the Wastelands than they were before.
Yeah, Raiders are dressing up in them and killing people. It's
Yeah,
terrifying.
it's like some crazy horror game shit.
And it's big. Those tokens have become their own currency in some areas.
Yeah, I have noticed that.
Because I mean, good luck trying to mint those.
Yeah. One thing I've
Right,
noticed
anyway.
is that economically, it's like it could be any given currency at any given place right
Yeah.
now. There's no uniform currency out there. But
Yeah, it varies on different how people have bounced back from it.
yeah.
You know, I was in a place where toenails were the currency.
Oh God.
Ugh.
Did people just like clip their nails and like keep them?
Yeah, the longer the nail, the more you could get for it.
That's freaking weird.
That's one way to mine currency, I guess.
I guess. It's all natural.
That's true.
I mean, if you think pre-war, you know, the women that would have those long nails, which, you know, still kind of grosses me out because it makes me wonder how they wipe their ass.
Very carefully.
Honestly, I've kind of wondered similar.
Or they just don't.
Oh God.
That's even more terrifying.
That's where a bidet comes in.
The 3 seashells.
What's the 3 seashells for? John Spartan, you have required 1 infraction.
Oh yeah, where he, the old pre-war film where he uses the infraction machine whenever he cusses. So he just cusses in front of it to get enough toilet paper.
Speaking of which, you know, toilet paper is a very, very sought after commodity.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one thing I'm jealous about Vault Dwellers.
Uh-huh.
How do you do it? Or I guess how do they do it?
I
guess recycling.
I mean, a lot of it's recycling and having a stockpile of materials that we're able to
My
make
friends,
things.
I hate to
out of.
interrupt. I'm receiving some foreign interference. I might have to rejoin you guys at a later time.
That's all right,
Oh,
man. It's good to
It's all
have
good,
you
man.
nonetheless.
Stay safe.
Stay safe out in the wastes.
All right.
Don't get shot.
You guys,
Be the
Yeah.
first to
you
shoot.
guys do the same.
Yep.
That should
Come
be your
first or come
catchphrase.
last.
Huh?
That should be your catchphrase.
What?
Would you say shoot first?
Don't get shot. Be the first to shoot.
There you go.
Yeah.
With
That
a
and-
picture of
That and
With a
stay
pic-
safe in the wastelands.
Come
Stay
proud and come
frosty.
loud.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. I will see you at a later time.
Hi,
Alrighty.
man. Later.
Good to have you.
All right.
We'll see you in a bit.
Thank you, Pratt.
Well,
Maybe stay safe out there.
yeah, seriously. I hope everything's alright with Prophet. Hope nothing too terrible happens.
Yeah.
I would hate to
he
lose
might
the man.
have found- he might have found something good to get into.
Yeah. Like what? A girl?
I think he seems to be more the type that would prefer a one of those old tactical magazines than a lady of the night. I can't blame you. Some of those pages are stuck together for a reason.
Goddamn. Of course. You would be ammo-sexual.
Well, yeah, it's actually the only thing I have to worry about catching is too much cosmoline.
I don't know, man. There's lead in there. You might get lead
That's true.
poisoning.
Yeah, the old steel casings.
Oh.
Gotta be careful.
Ooh, that kind of
So-
tickles.
That was pretty good. I give that like a 6.5.
Yeah, I was leaning more on a 5.
Yeah, Same.
Yeah, that didn't come from the toes. It's really good when it comes to toes.
Oh. I just remembered. The Phoenix and I are going to have a little meeting tomorrow.
We are.
Yes. So
I found something that the overseer's interested in.
yes,
So,
he got his
two-dimensional?
hands on some equipment that could be useful for me and my people. So we are arranging a meeting and performing an exchange.
Make sure that son of a bitch doesn't short sell you. Oh,
Yeah.
You still listening?
Don't worry.
Merchant? Which
Phoenix?
Okay, you have like 7 options.
7? That's a lot of options.
It's 7 easy steps.
Which barrel do you want to be staring down?
Oh my.
Striker, the AAP-01, the ARP, the Falcor, Mini Patriot, the Hater. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Is it counting now?
Yeah, I know, right?
The Glock of the Glock.
The Glock of the Glock. I mean, what's to stop you from bringing both Glocks?
It's true. Can I choose?
Well,
Can I choose? Is it multi-choice?
Is it multi?
It is a multi-choice.
Is it
I mean,
multiple
it just
choice?
It just depends. I mean, because if you're going out on the wastelands and you only have one way of protecting yourself, count yourself as not having any way of protecting yourself.
Basically,
Yeah.
you might as well have nothing.
Yeah. You know, but
That's why I carry like 2 to 3 weapons on me at all times.
Stay strapped or get clapped.
Or get clapped, yeah.
But you see, if you've been around the wastes long enough, you really don't need a weapon because a name carries.
Oh,
sometimes
definitely.
a name can be worth its weight in gold.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
I mean, all
your
I have to
reputation
say
can
is I'm
follow.
with the Circus of Value, and they're kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
What can we do for you?
Hence my
Yeah,
run with a family member during Rev 10 that wanted me to join the Mafia.
Oh, yeah?
As I was trying to visit Corset at the nunnery, and I literally looked at him and said, "Do you know who I am?" He's like, if you don't have a sash on, you better get out of town and we're going to kill you. I said, really? So you ever heard of the
You're
Phoenix?
screwing with the wrong man.
The
Yeah.
Phoenix, you kill me within 5 minutes, there'll be hellfire and brimstone rain down upon you and the rest of the family.
Oh,
You know, the
yes.
funny thing is, the name carried enough weight that person went running the other
Yep.
direction.
You use your intimidating presence perk.
Yeah, seriously.
Some people have that. I unfortunately, if I was a little bit taller, but I unfortunately cannot do that.
Well, while the two of us don't have the intimidation factor like Phoenix and say the Warlord have, we have the persuasion factor
True.
and the
But
reputation.
Charisma.
Yeah,
Yes.
you got charisma to kind of like be like, hey, just
You
diffuse
have
the
the
situation.
plus 20 on charisma.
Yeah.
Now we did have the group association when we were at Deso.
Yes, that is true.
As the most recent one, we were actually able to be like,
Yeah,
do
we're
not
not
fuck with
exactly friendly with some of the people up north. We're generally good with most of them, but there's a specific tribe of people that are not very much fans.
no, it's okay.
We
There wasn't much of them left when we were done.
Yeah, that is true. We decided to play things a little bit more
wouldn't know about that.
aggressively.
I had to return south to deal with some issues down in old Virginia.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We clapped a couple of them for you in your honor, in your name.
Yes, we did. And ultimately, we actually maintained a little bit of a peace for a time. That ultimately kind of fell apart due to outside powers, but, you know, it is what it is. And eventually we made our way back down to the Commonwealth. And we've kind of been, like, unable to do a whole lot since, sadly. That radiation storm or whatever it was that hit the Battlehat compound really affected everybody's plans when it came to having the big old get together of the Wastelanders and the merchants.
It threw off everyone's chi.
Yeah, so
that's probably why I decided to take a extended siesta.
Yeah, that's why I've been in the shelter all this time, working, trying to make sure my people are okay.
Of course, merchants out there looking for more chairs.
I mean, I've got a collection. I've almost got enough.
Just don't get lost. Right now. I don't want to have to find you again.
Don't tempt me with a good time now. No, they make me wear a bell now. A very long rope. Sometimes,
how big's the bell?
I'll foot to another person. We'll do a 3-legged race.
I can't.
Do you at least have a better compass?
That's one thing I'm trying to scavenge for.
I have to break character for a minute on this one.
You're fine.
Having a shitty compass.
CJ, I'm making you a collar with a bell on it now.
I'll be the most adorable
I don't know, man.
in the wasteland.
That could be totally in character, honestly.
I mean, yeah, fuck it. Imagine getting clapped by some dude with a giant cat bell on him.
As he screams out, Nico, take your kneecaps out.
Nico, give me your fucking kneecaps. Give me your beans.
Give me your beans.
Give me your beans.
Give me your beans. Oh my god. So speaking of
fun in character and outside of character.
Honestly, when it comes to in character, out character, there isn't much of a difference when it comes to our group.
Yeah.
There's not. And the reason for my voice being kind of raspy tonight is it's not because of a radiation storm or merchants slipping into my DMs while I was asleep.
Oh my. What have you been sending him?
Tasteful dick pics.
Tasteful? I mean,
Phoenix, no.
Are they not tasteful?
I take dick pics with I pose and then I'll pose against a tree and then use my camera's the trail camera.
Are they distasteful?
I mean, I can send you some.
Distasteful.
Oh, that sucks.
That's why I put my wiener between a hot dog bun and put ketchup on it. So I'm like, hey man, I'm just look at this ballpark Frank I got.
Oh Jesus!
It's like, wait a second, that's not a hot dog, that's your dick.
No, last night I had to play traffic cop because our exit gate on site went down.
Oh.
And the intelligence level of people that wanted to try, even after I put cones to keep people from trying to go out the entrance gate into oncoming traffic, the intelligence level of people that still wanted to try, and I had to yell at them for almost 2 hours.
I have been a first-hand witness to people going up to stores with the closed sign up, asking if they were closed.
Well, yes.
Like, they come up, and because, like, it's like maybe 10 minutes before actual opening, and there's employees there getting ready to open up, and they come up and they're like, hey, are you open? It's like, can you read the sign? Do you know how to read?
No.
Like, oh my god. So, I get that feeling. I mean, we've had that happen with the circus. People are like,
Oh,
"Are
yeah.
you open?" Even though you have like a sign that says no.
I'm cleaning up. People are getting eaten by angels.
but
And
but some
people
guys
come
like,
up to
I want to
me.
buy something.
I'm like, could you have come early?
Yeah.
So, have you guys ever thought, since it's called the Circus of Values, have you ever thought in one area having like 3 different little areas? Like you've got like 1 ring, 2 rings, and then you've got like the main attraction ring.
Oh, like an actual
if I could get a big
circus?
enough building, yeah. If I get a big enough building, I'd say yeah, because I could easily break that down into like quality of gear or types of stuff. Like
Yes.
this section's gonna be weapons, this section's gonna be food, this section's gonna be, I don't know, slinkies.
Random
Something.
crap.
Those are fun.
Yeah, random shit.
Yeah, the outermost circle would probably be like random
Junk.
scavenged crap that we
Yeah.
find. And then the deeper in, the more valuable the item becomes, but also the increase in security.
Yeah,
I will
exactly.
say-
What's up?
Go ahead, Merchant.
No, you're good. I was finished.
I will say that slinkies are very entertaining. I mean,
Yes.
there's hours of enjoyment. I sat there for at least like 6 hours one day, just with a slinky in my hand, just teetering my hands back and forth, watching it just go back and forth. And
You should
it's so mesmerizing.
you should
It's quite
use a
relaxing.
slinky down a staircase.
If you do that one too many times, you might get caught by the wrong person.
What?
Or finding a complete set of staircase that isn't like trashed.
Yeah, true. True. I mean, there
If
are
somebody
plenty of
wondering-
places that are still relatively okay. It's just kind of
whatever you do.
overgrown.
Don't go to the staircases in the middle of the woods. Do
No,
not.
No. Why would there be staircases in the middle of the woods in the first place?
Don't ask too many questions, Trevor.
I'm
Have you
wondering the
seen
same
things,
question.
Merchant?
No.
It's
Maybe.
probably
Are
from
there-
the jet he's offed.
Yeah. I'd
There's
imagine.
no joking matter. I do not joke around with slinkies.
Well, I know
Those
you don't
creatures
joke
only exist
around
by
with
their power.
slinkies, but what about these staircases in the middle of the woods?
Don't go to the staircases in the middle of the woods.
I'm gonna have to check my
The chim-
report, see if somebody
the chimneys
found
are
something.
fine. Chimneys are fine, but the staircases, do not go to the staircases in the middle of the
You know,
woods.
Do we got like
Yeah.
anomalous crap going on?
Do not go to the staircases.
Why do you
Is there
know
a
this?
place that you know of that has Overseer? We're gonna have to follow him one day.
I
to
know,
see
right?
what he's talking about, because I'm very intrigued about this. I mean, it's piqued my interest.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised considering what happened since the fall if like weird shit became more common and noticeable to people, so it'd be interesting to find out more.
Do not go to the Forbidden Dog Park. It does not exist.
I wouldn't even know where it is, so
There you go. All the more reason not to go.
why do you know?
I heard it.
Uh-huh,
heard it from a
sure. Sure.
I heard it from a
Sure. Why is
friend
my
who-
partner keeping secrets?
Heard it from a friend too.
Overseer,
Yes.
you know why he goes to the Forbidden Dog Park?
Oh no. Why?
To meet with Siegel.
Oh. Oh. Oh, that is pretty forbidden.
On the table with those barrels,
What barrels?
your gun barrels, is the option on the table.
End
Give
it.
me your biggest caliber.
Do you just want to end it?
Just commit lifeint. Commit bathtub toaster.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I think I caught Merchant one day when he came to visit me. I think I caught him in the corner humping some rabbit fur.
Why?
It was soft and fluffy.
God damn it. Was it just the fur or was there an actual animal?
There was no rabbit.
Okay. Still weird.
No, the reason why it was just the fur was because I was cooking the rabbit.
Oh, okay. I mean, So, wait, were y'all together when this happened?
In more ways than one.
Oh no. TMI.
That's why when Merchant comes over, I have body pillows.
Of course you do.
Because I keep those in between us.
Okay. Oh wait. Wait, so are you saying that Merchant's the one that gets handsy?
Merchant gets very handsy.
Okay. You know, honestly, it doesn't surprise me considering our first trip to the Ballahat compound. Although that was mostly one of the other guys in the caravan that wanted to touch people. Or should I say, grope a man and eat a slice of pizza.
Inappropriately contact a male individual and consume Italian cuisine. I was gonna say, I kind of wish, I do wish she was there for that one, or at least was in her tent, because that was a bitter night.
Oh yeah.
It was so fucking cold. And I had a massive headache. I was like, I'll suck your dick for some ibuprofen. Thankfully, I didn't have to suck anyone's dick, and I got some ibuprofen.
You got it anyways, yeah.
I was a wreck. I don't know how I stayed awake the next day.
Yeah.
I barely got any sleep. It was so fucking cold.
That was before I developed migraines.
Yeah, but it was just a mess. But now, again, lessons learned.
Oh
invest in good camping gear.
Oh yeah.
So don't fucking freeze to death.
Merchant.
Phoenix.
So with that inappropriate touching and eating Italian cheese bread,
oh my.
Were you trying to get the sausage on the Italian cheese bread?
Me at the time, no. He absolutely was.
Mm.
He's gonna get that meat lovers pizza, if you know what I mean.
Oh my.
That is one thing I do. That is one thing I miss about the old world is pizza.
There's a lot of things to miss about the old world.
It's true. Like the intranets.
Yeah, really. The only reason I'm able to pull this off is because of the hardware we've got in the shelter and my ability to distribute that amongst my friends.
I thought you just had 2 cups with a really long set of string.
I mean, we did do that for a while, but it kind of becomes impractical after a bit.
That's true.
After you get long enough.
Well, getting long enough is easy to do if you pop a Phoenix Rising.
That is true.
Bam, 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 and 3 easy steps.
Senseless plug.
Senseless plugs. Like senseless killing and violence. Senseless plugs for circuits of value.
Sensible murder and mayhem.
I'm still trying to find someone that can create the Phoenix Gets What Phoenix Wants t-shirt.
Oh, that would be great. That would be great.
Even a patch of that would be pretty funny.
And you know what? Speaking of plugs, we've also got a product called Warlord's Assless Chap Cream.
It's really a multifaceted applicator.
It has the unique application of being able to be used for a variety of different things. I would still not recommend consuming it, but it is safe to consume.
It's gluten free.
It is
a little tiny. Just gonna say, I've tried a little bit on my finger. It's a little tangy.
A little tangy. Little tangy.
Yeah.
Well, then we of course have the $1 million dick.
That one was created by the Overseer.
Yes. You looking for a you feeling like you're not performing that well. You feel like it's just not working out. Well, come to the Circuits of Value. and ask for the $1 million tick, and we can guarantee you the procedure necessary to ensure that you, yes, that's right, you are going to get the best damn dick in the world and make all those wasteland ladies feel fucking great.
For
the lack of a better word. I'll work on the pitch.
That was going so great till the end of it.
I know.
It's okay.
Hey, it's a work in progress. I fuck up senseless plugs all the time.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing scripted. It's like the intro to Wasteland Radio. There's so much
it just
of it
happens.
scripted, and then after that it's just winging a prayer.
Yeah.
That's why people trust us, because we don't sound scripted.
Yeah.
They buy our stuff.
Completely original, improvised material.
Yeah, because people were tired of. Oh, go ahead.
No, you first.
People were tired of advertisements in the old world, and that much hasn't changed. So when you come off as genuine, people are more likely to trust you.
Our ads are dynamic and fun and original, I swear.
We stand by our products.
We stand by our products, even if we don't use them all.
And we stand by people putting our products into them.
Yes.
So have you ever thought about having someone walk around the wastelands with like one of those old school front and back billboards that they just like kind of throw over their shoulders just to listen?
Oh.
I mean, we've had people do something similar.
I wouldn't mind getting something more permanent than cardboard, but that is a good idea of having like a legit like walk around sign.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much, if you don't return with that sign, we're gonna hunt you down.
I will say the best advertisement is free advertisement, because we've been lucky enough to have become prominent enough in the Bowhat compound to the point where they have created signs for us.
Yeah, which I am thankful for. It's and I'm glad people do like coming to us. And every time I talk to people, they're like, "Yeah, we're glad you guys are here. You guys have you guys always have so much weird stuff."
Yes. Like I said at the intro, this merchant, he can sell a fucking table leg. He'll buy one first, but he's gonna sell it too.
I regret selling that leg.
Wait a minute. What about the year that he sold someone's soul?
Oh yes, the soul story.
I love that, because I'm a sucker for bad puns. So I don't remember what reg it was. Sometimes it's a blur.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Two guys come up to me, and they've got nothing in their hands, and one was like, "Hey, how much are you willing to buy my friend's soul for?" I'm like,
it's like, wait, what?
I was so taken off. I was like, I don't know, 10 caps. And then he pulls out from behind his back a sole of a shoe, and I just sit there and just bust out laughing. I gave him double that, and I still have that sole.
Didn't you implement it into your gear?
Yep, it's part of the shoulder part of my armor. I will always make that, regardless of which armor. If I make a new set, that part's always going to be there. Same with my cowl.
Yes.
But yeah, that just.
You also got a not only a table leg, but you got a prosthetic limb.
Oh yeah.
Or a mannequin limb, something.
Yeah, I got a mannequin leg. I just don't remember what end. I think it got lost on the swamp. But I was planning to turn into the lamp from the Christmas Story, but I never got around to it. I don't remember what the trade was on that one. That was just funny, like just out of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
I mean, mannequins are handy. I wouldn't mind having more of them. They're great for advertising
and decoys.
I do have to put this one out, and if Swamp Sniper tunes in, from the bottom of the Phoenix's heart, I've apologized to him one-on-one. But if we trace back to Fertile 5, Phoenix, in his crazy mindset, decided to wander the Bowhat compound, tagging buildings and things and the tail fin of the MiG which looks amazing, by the way. I will never get rid of that picture.
Oh, it's great.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Which that instance was cool. They weren't too Christopher wasn't a little bothered by it, but Phoenix figured well, he's done it once, he'll do it again. And at Rev 10, I tagged more things. And
yes,
Phoenix doesn't normally get in trouble, but Phoenix got in a little bit of trouble for that. So Wastelanders, don't follow in the Phoenix's footsteps. Don't go out to the Balhack compound because you've made a emblem or whatever for your faction group or even your person, a personal emblem, and start tagging things out there. Don't do it. If you print it out
it's already claimed.
Yeah.
The MiG is claimed. The MiG is mine. That's mine.
Well, I mean, we of course have our own tag for the Royal Blue and the Circus of Value on our buildings, so we're not too worried.
But if you put it on paper and hang it up, then you won't get in trouble because that's easy to take down. Yeah. Just don't go out there with a Bob Rossi bag of spray paint and start making the town colorful.
Happy trees. Happy trees.
Happy trees, yeah.
Happy accidents. They were happy accidents.
So there's we show all sides. We have fun sides. We have crazy sides. We have that I think I'm the only one that's really done anything where I kind of got in a little bit of trouble for doing that. I don't think anyone else is like.
No, you're.
Unless you want to talk, unless we want to bring up about the creation of the nunnery that Christopher never went by the entire event.
Yeah. So to establish things a little bit, Christopher, the Swamp Sniper, as he is known in the wastes, he is essentially the Balhack compound's, I guess, guardian leader type guy. I don't know what exactly he would be called. Huh?
The creator?
Yes. He established the compound, and he opens it up at least twice a year for a variety, for pretty much any wastelander that's willing to come to serve as essentially a big hub to not only for merchants but for the various other groups and factions out there. It's very much become a place where a lot of the important events happen in the wasteland. And it's mostly due to his openness in allowing just about anybody to come and do whatever the hell they want. I honestly don't really understand why he would be willing to just let people come into his settlement and do whatever the hell, but I think he might have some grand plan, or maybe he just wants to see what happens. So.
Well, I don't know if you and Merchant have hung around after one of his gatherings.
A little bit.
A little.
I don't mean like the following day. The gatherings at the Balhack compound.
Gotcha.
Are usually people gather on a Friday, and on Sunday night they leave and go back to whatever part of the wastelands they're from.
Yeah.
But since the Phoenix is from Old Virginia, I stay pretty much centralized for the most part.
Yeah.
After Revelation 10, I had to go back out and retrieve some shelter material, and I will say that I now understand why one of the people that I have grown to know and love, Duncan, would always look at us and say, I love Rev, but I hate Rev.
Yeah.
I love you guys, but I hate you guys. I
Yeah.
now understand why, because if you're part of Swamp Sniper's staff,
Yeah.
the Bauhack compound is just utterly trashed.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. I need to do a better
Yeah,
job at like
that's
setting up trash cans.
that's something that they have to deal with often. That's one of the drawbacks of having this type of an event, is that afterwards a lot of the Wastelanders don't give much of a damn, so they tend to leave crap everywhere. And since there's no enforcement mechanism to make them pick it up, it's up to the people that are actually, the settlers of the area to deal with it.
Yeah, and that's what we try to do, like have people like either per gameplay or just kind of their own volition, like, hey, we'll give you some caps if you just like pick up trash.
Yeah.
It usually works.
I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Pay people.
I've done it before.
I mean,
and that's also the one cool thing about the Omega events is where you got paid to pick up trash.
Yeah. So Prophet isn't here to talk about it, but one of the past streams he and I had together, past transmissions, we talked about how, for whatever reason, there's always a trash man. There's always somebody that will take it upon themselves to take the dirty job and become the trash guy.
And good on them.
Yes, very much so. Because even though we are in the wasteland and civilization's basically gone and nobody gives a damn, it's still kind of important to keep places clean, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to go back because it's going to be too filthy and contaminated.
Bugs and rats and stuff. And it gives you something to do.
Yeah.
I mean, literally the other day I saw this.
You might find something useful too.
It was like the size of a freaking wild boar, like, fangs and tail and fur everywhere. It was pretty frightful.
Oh yeah. Yeah, some of the animals out there have changed, to say the least.
Yeah, just like not with like radiation or anything like that, but when they become desperate, especially the ones that were on the outside of the city to begin with.
Oh yes.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's no tourists, there's no people coming through, so they become more aggressive.
Yo, don't go to places with zoos.
Oh yeah, as you say.
Like, talk about dangerous exotic animals.
And kudos to the zookeepers as their last act of humanity to let them out, but it made it a lot more. I guess to put it on even more, gave them a leg up on over us, because man, lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my!
I mean,
yeah.
You don't want to have your face spider monkeyed.
I preferably do not want to have monkeys eat my face off, because those suckers are crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, monkeys, especially when they're desperate and hungry or horny, are very dangerous.
Wow, that went south really quick.
I mean,
I was more worried about them flinging their own shit at me.
They're pretty dangerous when they're horny.
Yeah, I was gonna say. And they're territorial as well.
It's Overseer, since you brought that up, this is pre-war when the Phoenix was in the U.S. Navy. And here I am talking in the third person again. I visited Gibraltar, the Rock.
Oh my!
And yeah, it was.
Wonder how they're doing. I said, I wonder how things are going over there.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I had a way to get back over there, it'd be a pretty sound place to hold up. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But shops to visit, knickknacks, trinkets, bars, food.
Gift shops.
Gift shops.
Shops.
Gift shops.
Oh yeah, gift shops. Yeah.
Priorities.
But one of the interesting things is that you can take a cab ride or cab tour of the Rock.
Yes.
And at one point, going up the Rock, you stop to look out and you see the sea. Look down and you see the town and everything. And I don't remember what breed of monkey or chimpanzee it was, but because of the tourism and the people there, they're not as feral as like wild monkeys or chimpanzees would be. So they'll come up to you. They'll come pretty close. Some of them will actually come up physically, like right up to you and climb up on you.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I had this one fucking monkey trying to steal my ball cap. Literally, it climbed up on my shoulder and it reached up and
trying to get your hat.
ball cap and was trying to take it off my head. I'm like, nope.
What's a monkey gonna do with a ball cap?
Wear it.
Okay.
Who knows? I mean,
style of the other monkeys.
Style. Yeah. Look at me, guys. Now I am the pack leader now.
Oh damn, he's got too much swag. Watch out.
Wow.
What?
I'm curious as to what would be happening to animals like those. I mean, obviously we talked about how zoos are a thing, and more than likely any animal that survived since the fall in a zoo is probably out wandering about, putting potentially all sorts of lives at danger. Let's be honest, humans aren't the only threat out here. The animals can be a threat too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, oh, absolutely. That's why you gotta be super careful, especially at night.
Oh yes,
because we don't have very good night vision.
And we live in an area that the mountain lions are coming back.
You may not have night vision, but I have very exceptional night vision.
I don't have very good night vision. He's got night vision goggles.
I don't.
You bougie motherfucker.
I don't.
I mean,
I have the Spy Kids.
The Spy Kids
goggles. Yeah.
You mean the green tinted goggles?
Yeah, the green tinted goggles. It said night vision on the box, therefore it's night vision.
Or the Call of Duty ones.
Hey, hold on.
Do you have those?
Yeah, you do.
Really?
Somewhat.
I'm surprised.
They're not as good as like the real deal.
Oh yeah. I mean, but still, that's actually pretty funny.
Like we don't even have those in the shelter. The real deal.
Really?
No, we didn't get everything. Arms and armor.
You wouldn't really need them if the power went out, because a night vision goggles only amplify ambient light. So if it's pitch black, then
yeah, I mean,
you're not gonna see shit.
Like the shelters, we're thermal, so like we don't have to worry too much about energy.
Thermal
power. Yeah, because we're down pretty deep, so like you get deep enough, you're gonna get close enough to the mantle that you can extract power.
Are you getting deep now?
Overseer.
What?
Does your vault have females?
Yes.
I mean, because you're talking about being pretty deep in the vault. Is that like vault terminology for hooking up?
No. I mean, underground.
The terminology for that's going to the broom closet.
No. Or the locker room.
Oh yeah, going to the locker room.
But no, there's a sorry.
No,
I'm like zoning out for some reason. But
lack of oxygen.
No, he probably.
we gotta fix the filters in the vents here.
Oh, I thought you were distracted by something weebish.
Oh, no. Dude, I don't have time for that shit anymore. I got too many things to do as an overseer.
He's got pencils to push.
Basically.
Bribes to push.
I mean, if you find some old school toys out in the wastes, the Phoenix will gladly.
I mean,
pardon killing someone for.
I may or may not have raided my own home. I was like, hey, none of us are here. I might as well take what I've got.
People are loading guns and ammos, and I'm just sitting here taking Legos.
Hey, do you sell them? We should sell them.
No.
Could you get enough Legos to build a shelter?
Possibly.
Oh my!
When I was younger, I used to have those. They're made of cardboard, but they look like bricks. And me and my cousin would build like mini houses out of them.
Nice. So what we need to do is you need to gather enough Legos that we can glue them together and make caltrops.
Yes. And to make it even spicier, get the see-through bricks.
Yes.
The transition bricks.
And then toss them out when we're being chased by mutants or something.
Because if people wearing shoes, it doesn't really hurt them, but they make a lot of noise.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if anything, we'll hear them coming.
Oh yeah, you drop them down, and on smooth floors they'll slip and trip. But,
yeah.
You know what's really, really interesting and painful to step on?
Other than Legos?
Really handy. Really, really handy in the wastes.
What?
Would
nails?
Be well, besides nails.
Yeah, nails. Spit it out. Spit it out.
Spit it out. Yeah. Jacks.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Jacks.
Gotcha.
You can still find those too. Yeah.
Yeah, you
they're
can.
not fun to step on.
If you can find actual caltrops too.
Yeah, you can make them with some really if you have the stuff for it, because
crude ones.
But yeah, if you get because those are already caltrops, you don't need to do anything because they're metal.
True.
Especially the older ones, because those are steel or die cast.
Yo.
I think the newer ones are plastic, but yeah, if you get some of the old school
since people have done weird things when it comes to. Yeah, people have done weird things when it comes to improvised weapons in the Wasteland. One of the things I have seen is lawn darts.
Yeah.
Make a return. Literally just people throw them at each other like throwing spears. It's insane.
Yeah, they banned them, so a bunch of people had a bunch of lawn darts left over, including my parents, and they just had them lying around.
Yeah, I've only really seen them used in arena circumstances, though.
Yeah.
Because they're not very practical out in the normal Wasteland environment. But when you get yourself in a controlled, but you get yourself in a controlled environment. Oh my God! Just whoosh.
Yeah, you're not walking away from that. Even if it's a flesh wound, that's like a couple inch spike that you now have in you.
Yeah. Honestly, what's interesting is that the purple coat has his pit, but compared to some of the other pits out there, he's very, very forgiving and generous to the Wastelanders, because you're not necessarily fighting to the death every single match in there. It's more for
kind of like First Blood rules.
Yeah, it's a First Blood rule there, but at other places it's nah, it's literally
2 enter, 1 leave.
Yeah, basically. Good old Mad Max.
Those places do have it smart though, because the pit owners are the ones who get to take the items off of the people if they're dumb enough to bring the items in with them.
The loser loses their shit.
Yeah, pro tip: don't do that.
Yeah. If you ever want to do arena fights, be fully aware of what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
Or you might, you might lose your life.
The first rule of Fight Pit is to have fun and be yourself.
The second rule is to not talk about it.
Yeah,
oh wait, that's Fight Club.
Oh, we broke the first rule.
Rip.
But so did they, because they had to talk about it.
I know, right? How do you get new people to join your club when you're not allowed to talk about your club?
Exactly. Hippocrates.
Hippocrates. It's Socrates. Sorry, it just reminded me of that.
No, it's exactly. It's a good movie.
Yeah. A lot of things we've lost. A lot of good times were lost. We've had good times since then, obviously, but there are many luxuries that are no longer afforded to us since the fall.
Yeah, that is one thing that kind of came back is DVD players and having a lot of DVDs. Before I owned like 2 DVDs.
Yeah.
But now it's like, I gotta stack them. If I ever feel bored, I like to rewatch some of those action movies.
Yeah, I mean, implying.
You look on a VHS player though.
If you can find a way to power your crap, then I'd encourage it.
Keep that to yourself.
Yeah, also keep that to yourself if you can. I mean, I'm not too worried where I am because, like I said, I got thermal plant, so it's not really an issue. But out in the wastes, power is a rare commodity. So just if you find a way to power your stuff, and especially if you're alone, don't
tell anybody.
Tell people, and try to avoid circumstances where they could find out. If you're with a settlement or something, then it's no big deal because at that point everybody knows anyways. But
you still gotta be careful for the raider factions who don't have power.
Yeah.
Who want to watch 80s workout movies.
I don't know, man. I think they'd rather watch people's entrails being pulled out of them for fun than a movie on some old TV.
What do you got against 80s workout videos?
I've got nothing against 80s workout videos. You should be asking the Raiders about that.
That's true. Some of the old TV shows, I'm like, how do people watch this?
Yeah.
Jersey
Honestly,
Shore,
some of those Raiders,
42.
I wouldn't be surprised if they went mad because of the boredom alone.
Yeah. When you don't have your computers and video games, again, that's why you got to keep your mind sharp.
Yeah.
Play with Legos.
Keep
Books,
yourself occupied.
Entertainment.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Keep yourself occupied. Again, we've talked. We've experienced it. Everyone was has this ideal, of what they're gonna do in the waste. It's like, oh, I'm gonna be this cool Billy badass. But no.
Yeah, no.
A lot of the wasteland, especially once you kind of get somewhat settled, is gonna be just your basic needs, and then not going crazy.
Yeah.
Of boredom.
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of like. Excuse me.
Boredom.
It's kind of like war. You spend a lot of time sitting on your ass, and then crazy shit happens for about 5-10 minutes. And then you sit on your ass again.
Yeah.
Boredom. That's why there's violence.
Yes, that is why you have senseless killing and violence.
That is a form of entertainment.
I mean, if it works for you, but it kind of doesn't work for the victims.
If you get so bored, there's been times I've gotten so bored that I have made stick figures out of sticks.
Oh my.
Just to entertain myself.
Have you tried counting the ceiling tiles and naming them?
God damn it.
Counting the ceiling tiles and where?
And naming them?
What ceiling tiles? He moves too much.
Have you Have you ever tried to count all the holes in a ceiling tile?
Oh, Jesus.
There we go. See, something else you can do. Keep to keep from going insane.
Yeah,
I've never gotten past 100 because usually by 100 I've fallen asleep.
that or you've added more.
All right. You just get bored and start poking holes in it. You unleash your inner Kyle.
Because I blew a big hole in the ceiling tile. I got tired of counting the little ones. So
You made one big one?
I made one big one. Easier to count.
It's like, all right, no, you lose count. You're like, all right, like you're on like, I don't know, 57, 58, and then you get distracted by something. You're like, fuck, I don't remember.
Oh, is
Yeah. Like something happens, you get distracted, you come back, you're like, oh fuck, what number was I on? This is boring anyways, and you blast a hole in the ceiling, and it's like, 1.
The one. All right, I'm done.
Yep. I tend to entertain myself by reading whenever I get the chance, or having communications like this.
Yeah.
You know,
Keeping me entertained.
Yeah.
Overseer, if in your vault you have any old school Dr. Seuss books, cherish them.
Yeah, they're a very rare commodity.
Yeah.
They are a very, very rare commodity right now.
There's a lot of rare books out there since the fall. A lot.
One of my favorites is Green Eggs and Ham.
Ah, yes. Classic.
I'm surprised they didn't read the places you'll go for our college graduation. It's so overused. It's a good story, but it's one of those things that's just so overdone.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest, this vault work has been exhausting. I am like tired and it's not even midnight yet.
Do you want to hang up the old pen and paper and take up your old rifle and join Phoenix?
God, I fucking want to get out there again. I cannot tell you how much I want to get back out there. One thing's for sure, it'll be good to meet Phoenix tomorrow because it's a chance to get freak out of the shelter for a bit.
Yeah, I forgot you guys are meeting up tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Gotta do essentially a ordnance exchange.
I mean, yeah.
But,
don't forget to bring a sweater.
Sweater.
Or your mittens, because it's gonna be cold.
Yeah, of course. It's always cold. We're in the freaking nuclear winter. What?
The nuclear winter.
Nuclear winter. The S is silent.
I mean, nuclear.
Oh my god. What's up, Phoenix? Oh?
Doing something.
What? What? What?
Someone coming to the back gate.
Oh.
It's closed. Trying to deliver food.
I forgot. Phoenix has a side gig while he's out in the wasteland.
Yeah.
Basically does security. For one of the settlements out there.
He's a bounty hunter.
Oh, Jesus. No, he's a bodyguard.
I mean, I'd hire him, but he'd scare away all my customers. He helps me, though. I said that you'd scare away all my customers. Although I'm surprised, because you also have a good amount of charisma. I'm honestly surprised you never took up the mantle of being a trader. I guess it would just get boring.
You know, I've been told that I could be a faction leader. I'm not big on wanting to have hordes of people following me around like the warlord.
True.
Or Swamp
Yeah.
Kind of want to do your own thing.
A gaggle of goons.
You know, I've wandered the waste so long by myself that I'm fine every now and again having a few people tag along.
Yeah.
But I don't. I do have a command presence, but
yeah, you do.
If you tag along with me, it tends to end up where you're dead. So I mean,
yeah, our group is kind of the rare exception to that rule.
I mean, it's because we kind of know what we're doing. We know which end of the gun is the bang bang end.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of really, like I said earlier tonight, a lot of really ignorant wastelanders out there that don't know how to take care of their equipment or their firearms.
No, how dare they?
Breaking a gun every time he's at the... Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it makes easy pickings for raiders, obviously, when you have some ignorant person who's like, oh no, my gun's jammed, even though it's probably just needs to be cleaned or something.
Hey, it's got me quite a few free guns, so I'm not complaining too much. But it's annoying where if we're in a scrape and we've got some of the customers with us and they start returning fire and one of their guns jams and won't shut the fuck up and try to unjam it and come over to me and then get waxed because they didn't keep their head down. It's like, well, that's your fault, not mine. I'm gonna take this. let me take your gun, take a minute, unjam it, and then return fire.
Yeah.
Or by the time the fire.
Thanks for the free gun.
Hey, free gun. Cool.
Don't worry, I will have you buried. I will give you that decency.
Yeah, teach him. Yeah, they have to run through a tutorial mission. Jump, press jump.
Someone really needs to work with little Jimmy, though. Just saying.
Jimmy? Jimmy's one lucky son of a gun, though, because, like, despite all the crazy shit he's been through, he is still alive.
Wait, who's Jimmy?
How do you not... Overseer knows little Jimmy.
Little Jimmy? Do you know how much crap that kid's been through? Like, I mean, like Phoenix knows more, obviously, because Phoenix is, like, I don't know. Phoenix, how do you know this kid?
I stumbled across him inside a old, he was living in between a dumpster and a cardboard box, and,
Oh, is he a feral child?
No, he wasn't a feral child. That's just kind of where he... I mean,
he was a desperate one.
Bad place to hide if you can be quiet, like get in and close the door and hide. Because I mean, it's a dumpster.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna really think about looking through the dumpster for much.
Yeah.
Unless that was something they already did.
And I made the mistake of having compassion and a heart, and I gave him some food.
Phoenix has a heart.
Yeah, that was.
It's there. It's just under 2 ceramic plates.
So he started following me. Kind of like a lost puppy dog.
Oh.
And, he doesn't. I don't know if it's a language barrier or he never learned how to really understand the language fully. Yeah. But he tends to be, and little Jimmy's been tagging along with me for about 4 years now. So he's about 16, 17.
Okay.
And you would think that, he would understand when, it's like, hey, we got to go this way, not that way. Those are cannibals. They're going to nom on you.
Yeah.
And he's like, ooh, food.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh,
okay,
no. You are the food. They don't have food. You are their food.
And the damnedest things, I don't know how many cannibals he's avoided. Like, he's run towards them.
I know.
He's eating them. He cannibalizes the cannibals.
Raiders. I don't know. I don't know what perk level this kid hit, but bam.
His evasion is off the charts.
You know, I mean, I know I've been shot a lot and I'm still alive, but little Jimmy,
has he even
I
been
don't know,
shot?
No,
He's like Skittles.
I've literally watched him at a distance pull some Matrix bullshit out his ass.
And then he probably looked at you and smiled and giggled and then moved on.
A man after your own heart.
Exactly. He does that. The last a few days ago, we're wandering in this one area and I heard some groaning and I'm like, oh, that's not a good sound.
Oh,
Next thing
yeah.
I know, we've got 8 cannibals coming after us. And I'm like, let's go this way. And he turns around and Overseer said, he just turns his head, his eyes widen, and he grins and giggles, and towards him he goes. I'm like, oh, God.
I'm not locked in here with you.
You're locked in here with me.
Did he have a little sauce bottle of ketchup
Does he even...
or Old Bay?
Has he even, killed anybody? Or is he just kind of, brought about circumstances that led to the person dying?
I never go back to see what the aftermath is.
Okay. That'd be interesting.
I'm sure you're gonna need a mop and a bucket.
That's a possibility.
I'm starting to think now. Is little Jimmy even? Overseer, you've seen little Jimmy.
Yeah.
So obviously he's not a figment of my imagination.
No. Guy's real. The guy is real.
I was
He's
starting to
just...
think he's never been caught by a cannibal or a raider.
He's practically an anomaly.
Or a slave trader.
I think Warlord's tried to get his hands on this kid, but he hasn't been able to. He just slips through his fingers all the time.
But he never comes back with anything. It'd be cool if he turned his head and grinned and giggled and ran off and came back with something.
Yeah.
But he always comes back empty-handed.
Yeah, but
because there's
clearly okay. I don't think he's ever been hurt.
No.
The kid is untouchable, and we can't figure it out.
I think we need to figure out a way for one of your vault techs to do some tests on him.
Honestly, it's tempting.
If you can catch him.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Exactly. If we can catch him, this kid is quick.
Yeah.
I thought I was fast.
I mean, I guess we could convince him and see if he'll do it then, but I don't know.
Maybe
you have a positive relationship with this kid. Maybe you would have a chance.
I don't know if it's a positive relationship or not. He follows me around.
True.
Yeah, it seems positive. Or he's just sizing up your meat.
I was waiting for something.
But yeah, honestly, we have no idea what to expect when it comes to this little Jimmy kid. No idea. All we do know is that the kid cannot, no matter, he gets in the craziest situations and he still comes out fine. We don't get it. Makes no sense.
None whatsoever.
Yeah. And I've seen some crazy shit out in the wasteland, but this kid, I don't know. Something's different.
I can only imagine how good he is at hide and go seek.
I bet.
Literally, I saw him when the angels came out.
Oh, yeah?
He looked at me, he giggled, and he ran.
Oh, that sounds like Scotty.
I feel sorry for those angels then.
No, I literally saw little Jimmy run towards an angel. Next thing I knew, he fucking did one of these baseball slides between its leg, came up, looked at the angel, laughed, and ran.
Wow. What did the angel's reaction look like? If it reacted at all.
I didn't look too long because I was running the opposite direction to get away from the angels.
Yeah.
Confused
I'd be maybe if Scotty witnessed it, considering Scotty was the mad lad who tracked the damn things.
Scotty Maserati.
Yeah, he might have been able to see if it reacted at all.
I don't know. It's the damnedest thing. Like I said, Raiders. He runs towards them. I watched a Raider trying to snipe him, and it was like he wasn't even like he ran towards him and then he stood still. And I could see in the distance the sniper, and the bullet just like came like he was lined up headshot, and like little Jimmy just like whoop to the left, whoop to the right, ducks down,
goddamn,
turns, looks, laughs, and runs, and I'm like, there's no way.
How long does he normally take to get back?
It's usually a few days. He runs when he gets in these tendencies where he turns, looks, grins, and laughs. He's usually gone for like 3-4 days, and then he reappears. And it's
wow.
Like, damn.
Like just all of a sudden, like he shows up at like wherever you're staying, like he just knows where you are.
Yeah, it's almost like someone jammed a GPS tracking node in my ass.
Holy shit, man!
I think he likes you.
Holy shit! I gotta figure this shit out, man. This doesn't even sound like normal.
It's one of nature's mysteries.
Like, this wasteland's got some interesting shit going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe because he's like maybe he knows someplace where there's like a jet factory or something, and he's just hunting a whole lot of jet.
That lucky son of a. I mean, Jarks are bad kids.
Hey.
Jarks are bad.
I thought you fucking stopped.
I am.
Do we have to
God damn it.
to a wasteland rehab center again?
I know, right? We have to have a wasteland intervention.
The last time we tried to detox Merchant from Jet, I remember him humping a giant teddy bear.
Oh yeah, that we don't talk about
with
that.
Those button eyes.
Jesus.
It was not a pretty sight.
No, we don't talk about it.
Too late, we just did.
Yeah.
Oh, you broke the rule for Fight Club.
First.
No.
First or second?
Talk about the Fight Club. You just broke the rule because you brought up the Fight Club.
God damn it.
No, the first rule is to be yourself and have fun.
Second.
It's almost like that game where you look at everybody and you don't bring it up.
Yes.
One person talks about the game.
You just lost
damn
it.
You son of a bitch.
Oh
damn
God.
When will Teddy Roosevelt call this charade off?
Oh my God. The game that exists since before the fall of man, and even as far back as our middle school days.
Yep, and it's still ongoing.
Honestly though, it's been handy, and some interactions with Wastelanders kind of throws people off.
It's also like the, dropping a circle below your waist game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except that circle is a firearm.
Creative ways to incorporate it into a conversation. Like, oh no, I dropped my pockets, and then you do the circle.
Oh damn it.
Oh no, pulls pistol.
Oh shit.
Or the hey, your shoelace is untied.
Yeah.
That's really handy in the wastes.
Yeah.
If you
that comes in handy a lot.
At the person, look down and look back up, and you're like, hey, your shoelace is untied, and then run.
Oh, honestly, Raiders are kind of dumb enough. They fall for that one pretty often.
Or the classic, you've got something in your shirt, and then you shoot him in the face.
Oh.
That's a real knee slapper.
You ever have anybody try to show off, and then you just shot him?
Oh yeah, it's great.
It's
some guy
funny.
whipped out a switchblade and was flapping around and like, oh, I'm gonna cut you up if you don't give me your stuff. It's like,
bam.
Okay. I take his kneecap with a solid shotgun underneath the table.
Oopsie.
Oopsies.
What about the guy that dropped a grenade on your table?
He's dead.
Oh, he's ground beef.
Yeah. Yeah.
There wasn't much to loot from him.
Merchant here has lightning speed reflexes apparently, and managed to not only pick up the grenade, an active grenade, but also throw it back at the guy before proceeding to shoot the dude in the back to slow him down just enough that when the thing exploded, it would turn him into giblets.
I was not having a good day, okay?
No.
The merchant
the guy deserved it
fell off. And I was out for blood. I was so mad.
I've had enough of these goddamn bombs and these goddamn...
We can't keep getting away with this.
We can't keep getting away with this. Yeah, they stopped bombing after a while. After that, a show of force was enough to prevent all future incidents.
Yeah, exactly. There's perks of being like Switzerland.
Yeah.
And another perk is usually.
I bet Switzerland's probably perfectly fine even after the fall.
Oh, absolutely.
They probably still function like society did before.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, we haven't heard from America in a while. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Everything's on fire. Everyone's dead. Complete
let's get
chaos.
back to what do Swiss people make other than watches, pocket knives, and
cheese.
The cheese. Yeah, let's get back
chocolate.
To making cheese. And
they also hold a lot of gold.
Oh, that's right, a bunch of Nazi gold.
Yeah, Nazi gold.
What is no wait, I'm thinking of something. I'm thinking of who makes the FAL? That's Belgium, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
Right arm of the free world.
They did have the Swedish K, which is a pretty which was a pretty good submachine gun, which I've had my eyes on. If I can find a museum.
If it's an FN, then it's Belgian.
Okay.
The
only other SMG I want on my wall is a Mat 49, but good luck trying to find. The only reason I'd go into DC would be to go to the Smithsonian to find one.
Steal all their guns.
Yeah, we have to find the firing pins for them or make them, but that would be one advantage if there's any left.
Yeah, a lot of the guns are deactivated, so you gotta figure out a way to reactivate them, I guess.
Yeah, or even I think for some of them they even go beyond just taking the firing pin out. They might even do like the
structural damage.
Yeah, they'll do something where they'll like put like cement in, or like liquid cement or something.
Yeah.
Where like completely.
Oh yeah.
Completely jams it up.
It's kind of dumb, but I understand at the same time, because if it's a display piece, then like is the least amount of danger the better.
Yeah, you don't want someone stealing it.
Yeah. But
or if they do steal it, it's useless.
Yeah. Which probably happened a lot in beginning stages, because a lot of people were probably like, oh, those guns in the museum, I'll just use those. It's like,
and then they try to go click, bang on someone who has a real working gun.
Whoops, mistakes were made.
First and last.
Yeah. Definitely last.
Yeah. I've seen some interesting guns float around the way, so I'll say that.
Oh, yeah.
Old school working ones. Hell, our buddy Scotty's running an old Springfield.
Yep. Yeah, when you can get a good
over 100 years old.
If you can get a good old-fashioned bolt-action running, do it. I mean,
those guns will last forever. As long as you take decent care of them.
Like, honestly, compared to, like, most of the Wastelanders out there have an AR or a pistol of some variety. But
you got
if you don't know...
dudes running around...
Huh?
You got, like we were going to say, you've got people running around there with all sorts of guns from the past.
Yeah.
I've seen M1 Garands float around. I've seen Thompsons. I've got a PPSH I traded for someone.
Yep. And what's interesting about those is that the people that typically carry those know what they're doing with them.
Yeah, exactly. They've lived long enough to know how it functions.
Yeah. And a lot of the guys out there that just run around with ARs don't really know what the hell they're doing with them. Same with the AKs.
Yeah, you just kind of pick it up because it's again it was one of the easiest to acquire guns.
Yep.
Because there's the military police and there's a ton of civilian shooters who have it. So yeah, they found it. Oh, that's easy.
I found it in a bunker.
Where's the automatic switch on it?
It doesn't have one. What?
Yeah, what?
Oh, imagine being a pre-fall FFLA guy.
Oh man.
And just having all the automatic weapon.
All the cool guns too. I that is one of my regrets is before the war not going to one of those ranges where you could rent like automatics.
Yeah.
I know there's one out in Vegas, or at least in the outskirts of Vegas you can get that at.
Assuming Vegas is still even existent.
It's probably still there, but it's probably just run by gangs.
Probably.
Or just, casinos.
So gangs.
The casinos. Yeah, so gangs. It's like the casino staff becomes like essentially just a gang.
I mean,
that'd be my guess.
It's got a long history of mafia presence, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, the only problem with Vegas is that it's in the middle of the desert, and I think they have to import water from the Rio Grande.
Yeah, well, they get a lot of their energy from the Hoover Dam.
Oh, the Hoover Dam. Yeah.
So.
A place of.
The Colorado River.
Oh, Colorado River, yeah.
And Lake Mead.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to be out in Vegas trying to survive. That place is pretty bad during the daytime as is.
Oh, I know.
I'm not much of a gambler.
Yeah. Yeah, the furthest I've been out since the fall is
they're good shows.
Merchant.
Where? Well, I mean, we've been to Pennsylvania a few times since the fall, and we've obviously been to West Virginia as well, so, I mean, things could be better there. They're very much not established in those areas, at least not compared to us. West Virginia.
So you were saying something about The Gambler, but have you seen The Entertainer?
The Rambler, The Gambler? No, what do you mean?
You know The Entertainer. I am the entertainer. I've come to play my song. I might stay here. Might take a little too long, something like that.
Not ringing a bell. Sorry.
Billy Joel.
Oh.
I may have heard it. I might have to re-listen to it. I'll bring up the old vinyl.
Gotcha.
That's a
Wait,
good question.
vinyl still works?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how much vinyl survived?
Yeah, honestly.
When I usually play to freeze, like I would throw it in the air and try to shoot it.
Honestly, vinyl might be more viable than using like CDs.
It's the problem is finding a player.
Yeah.
There's tons of vinyls floating around, but the players themselves they're kind of a fickle.
Oh yeah. One thing's for sure though, that you're, with the exception of bands that were willing to put out vinyl of their albums, you're probably mostly gonna find older stuff, which not necessarily bad, but you might not get stuff that happened like right before everything went to shit.
Yeah, and some of the really good songs. Yeah, good luck trying to find those.
Yeah. Hopefully your old your old music playing device didn't get hit by an EMP charge.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a toaster.
What now?
Just turn a crank and wind it up.
Oh yeah,
yes.
The older ones.
Well, actually, I have a crank radio. Suffice to say, there aren't very many signals lately. I mostly use it to try to find signals from like settlements or the odd other radio shows out there.
Yeah. I can only imagine what else is out there on the radio.
Well, I mean, Ballahat Compound's got theirs.
If I could
But their range is pretty low compared to ours.
Oh, what is that guy's name? Hawthorne Holiday?
Hawthorne Holiday, I think it was. Yeah.
Hands like houses.
That's a good band. But yeah, the Ballahat Compound's got their own little radio show by Hawthorne Holiday, I believe, but their range is pretty limited to basically being only at the Ballahat Compound.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I have the capability of spreading far and wide, even if not everybody can really listen. What?
We can't all be Voltoirs, Trevor.
Some of this equipment wasn't from the vault originally.
You stole it?
I mean, old radio stores and places where people used to actually have radio shows and before the fall. Yeah, and you go take their equipment.
Stealing is such a harsh word, though.
It's called reacquisition.
Yeah, exactly. Reallocation. Antiquity preservation.
Yes. Preservation.
Actually, now that I think about it, Trevor, not Trevor. Frank used to work at the radio station.
Yes.
In Radford.
I might have stolen some of their stuff.
Trevor, I did get to see the booth once.
Yeah.
Where the magic happens.
Yes.
Pretty much. Well, I mean, his job was mainly.
It's too bad we can't take everything, because I would have loved to have taken stuff like soundboards and whatnot. Leslie just took the mic and the needed equipment to make sure that I can broadcast in the first place. So.
Yeah, some of the stuff's a little too heavy to put on your back.
Yeah, a little bit. But and obviously, if something goes wrong, I can always go out and look for more. So it is midnight Eastern Standard Time in the Commonwealth. So, one second, I have a audio error. Do you hear me all right?
Is the overseer?
There we go.
Oh,
it's fixed. Yeah, that's the thing about grabbing scavenged equipment for a radio show like this, is that every so often you're going to have a problem. And one of the problems is when your audio just suddenly cuts and you can't hear anybody.
That happened to me earlier on.
Yeah. Yeah, these headsets, man, they cut out sometimes.
Mine's being held together with duct tape and baling wire.
Yeah.
I was talking. I was sometimes I'm holding mine together with tin foil and bubble gum.
Tin foil, huh? That's
I get better reception.
Yeah, I mean it does conduct an electrical charge, so. Or
prevents the aliens from stealing your means.
Faraday.
But Overseer did say that it's midnight Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, it is.
It is a new day in the wasteland.
It is also wasteland after hours.
Bum, bum, bum.
And with a new day comes good morning, wastelanders. It is I, the fiery bird of death, the one that rains down hellfire and brimstone upon your soul, and hopefully my esteemed colleague, the warlord, the man that perfected the slave of trading, the trade of slaving, the Ayatollah of rock and roller, may join us for another lovely kink-filled episode of Wasteland After Hours.
God, I love it every time.
We show to you without the help of the Circus of Values, the merchant and the overseer. With their technology and know-how, we can transmit this kink show across the wastelands.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for you and merchant and all the other guys I've had here, we would not be able to make any of this possible. So thank you very much for
It's true. Otherwise,
joining
it'd be
me
some...
in this effort.
Yeah,
Well,
that you guys would be.
Oh,
go ahead.
I thank the merchant and the overseer for inviting me to the overseer's lodge.
Well, you're very welcome. I hope you
Because
enjoy
it
your
gives me-
stay. I know
it
it
gives-
might
it
not
gives me
be quite the
outlet.
same as the original Wasteland Radio experience,
It's not the
but
same as the original, WLR, but it is a words. They're somewhere. They're somewhere in the air, and I can't find them. That's what happens when you're running on expired bang and very little sleep.
yeah. Yeah.
I was going to say, did you get the rot guts after drinking that?
Not gonna lie,
Yes.
like, we might not make it too far into Wasteland After Hours simply because of exhaustion.
That's why you crack an expired bang and hope that your guts don't twist on you and you end up with the Hershey's.
Ugh, gross. I'd rather not.
Definitely makes it not fun to tongue punch the fart box. Let me tell you.
Yes.
It's like diffusing an IED.
Oh.
You're gonna get maximum overflow on that.
Max.
Since I brought it up, merchant, you seem to be a connoisseur of tongue punching the fart box. Is there any warning signs that let you know, like, hey, maybe I shouldn't start to do that, or maybe wait, I'm in the process, I need to stop because I don't want to look like I have a facial.
The old mud facial. Yeah, if you hear the stomach gurgling, like when you eat something bad and something's you get that feeling in your stomach. It's like, oh, I need to find a bathroom real quick. Yeah, definitely stay away.
Well, that's great if someone is tongue punching your fart box, but what if you're tongue punching someone's fart box?
Well, you got to keep an ear out for it. The other thing too is you got to be careful. You got to take a look at the scenery. You're like, all right, does this person
Make
take
sure
care
it's clean.
of themselves? Yeah, exactly. Are they clean? Are they clean in the nether regions? Because if they crack open their legs, male or female, and they're smell like a dead corpse, yeah, you stay the fuck away from
Or
that.
there's too much hair.
Exactly.
But if it's clean,
general maintenance.
if it's clean, how do you know like they might be ready to mud facial your face? Like you said, the sound of the stomach gurgling, but can you decipher stomach gurgling from them moaning from the enjoyment?
That's one of the signs. The other is to send out an exploration probe beforehand before committing to the action.
Oh, so you mean some beads?
Yeah. No, make sure they haven't had beans, because then it's a ticking time bomb.
Have you ever?
No, I mean beads.
Have you ever helped someone before
beans might actually
area?
Yeah, it might be better to have them have beans beforehand so that they can clean it out.
They're completely, yeah, you have to make sure you wait and make sure they're completely cleaned out. It's a little bit of a risk, though.
What if you helped them by taking a hose and filling your mouth with water and almost like
Another.
I mean, that'll definitely clear them out if you. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. If you can get
There are no. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There is definitely a but.
Well, I was about to say.
And folks, this is where After Hours goes.
Crude humor galore.
Shine.
Where the sun don't shine.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's a risk. It's a risk you gotta take.
Yep.
You gotta risk it for the biscuit.
Oh God.
What's the biscuit?
Oh.
You know.
Merchant, you just ruined me getting up in the morning and making some sausage gravy and biscuits.
Wait.
Now.
So, are we gonna add risk it to the biscuit to the book of ew?
I think that needs to be submitted for approval.
Yes,
so we need
yes.
the committee to submit that for approval.
I will contact the warlord as we are speaking. I will send a naked mole rat with this one.
Tell him I said hey.
Yes, tell him we said hello.
Also tell him to not go to the stairs in the middle of the woods.
I will add that.
What do you know?
We're back on the stairs again.
I know, right?
What you do know can and will hurt you.
But why doesn't it hurt you?
The forbidden knowledge. I have seen things.
Wait.
I would recommend it.
Is this what happened when you were lost?
Yes.
Oh. Man.
Now I am found. And now they're coming for you.
Anomaly. honestly, with shit like fucking these mutant angel things existing, I would not be surprised if other anomalous things were going around in these wastelands. I don't know what it is that might have triggered them, but like something's going on, because this isn't entirely the first time I've heard about weird shit going out there.
This isn't my beautiful house. This isn't my beautiful wife.
But yeah. Sorry, I just got distracted for a moment there.
No, you're good. I got distracted by a butterfly.
Oh my.
I'm having visions of slinkies in my head.
Oh no. That might be a bad thing.
Better than slinkies in your bed.
That's true.
Well, I mean, slinkies can be used for other things also. I mean,
hey, could you use slinkies for springs in your bed?
If you had enough of them, you probably could, but it'd be a very wobbly bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
hey, it's like a water bed, but with slinkies.
Slinkies don't have a whole lot of compression, like
It's a hell of a box spring.
Yeah.
But bed springs are like you can get on one. You can get on a bed and they've got some cushion.
Yep.
Slinkies just go flat, like solid round disc of metal.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
You got a cot, basically.
I'd rather sleep on a cot.
Yeah. At that point, you might as well.
Yeah. But just don't sleep on a thought. Or the
No,
thought
of course
cot.
not. And don't let them sleep on you
sleep
either.
In the banana hammock either.
Banana hammock. So, yes. So, dangerous. The Book of Ew. Do you want to talk about that? Where do we begin?
Yeah, where do we begin with that?
Honestly.
The book of Ew, the only person that knows can tell the full unadulterated story is the
warlord. Yeah.
I only remember bits and pieces of it, but I believe that was the first time that I met the warlord. Was when the Book of Ew was created.
Mm-hmm.
It had something. I'll tell a bit of the story. So,
a preamble.
Yeah. I was at the time, I believe it was Fertile 1 or 2, which was the warlord's first outing to the Balahak compound.
Yes, it was.
I was working at Cece's Pizza, and I acquired
shameless plug.
Pizza. I granted the field staff with pizza.
Yes.
And I had more for people that were arriving and camping. And at about 12:30ish in the morning, there's a bunch of us sitting out on the tables in front of the briefing nest, not far from the barn or the staging area, the pro shop. And we're talking, and we're eating cold leftover CC's pizza.
Oh,
And
wait, I know where this is going.
And this skinny, long, blonde-haired, sassy warlord comes walking up and interjects into the conversation. And it's now like 1 a.m, and we're bored off our asses. Like, we are like so hyped for the event, we cannot sleep.
Of course.
And
That's like our group all the time.
Yeah.
Sleep is for
like,
the
there's
weak.
really nothing, we didn't want to sit by a campfire. We kind of were going a little stir crazy. And it's like, there's literally a Walmart like 15 minutes from the field. That's, well, back then was open 24/7.
Yeah.
Let's go and walk around there.
24/7.
What now?
Open 24/7 merchant. You're like,
it's still open 24/7.
It is still open 24/7. There's just no staff anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
But
and half the goods are gone.
Hopping in our cars and going to the Walmart and walking around and finding stuff to buy.
Yeah.
And somehow, Sweet Baby Ray's got brought up.
Uh-huh.
Lube, chicken.
Oh, yes.
Because you can't have sweet. What's going to go with the Sweet Baby Ray's? You need something to cook with it. I believe chicken was brought up with it, and there was like 1 or 2 other items. And now this whole conversation of walking around Walmart has transpired and taken 30 minutes. And at 1:30 in the morning, we are just rolling. Like, we're loud as shit in the parking lot. And
wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah.
Won't be the last.
Exactly. Ben comes out of the barn and walks over and looks at us. He goes, "It's 1:30 in the fucking morning. People are trying to sleep. Can you guys keep it down? Phoenix, you know better. You're the oldest one out here."
Oh.
And I'm looking at everyone, and I'm like, "Ben, I'm not the shit. God damn it."
Oh yes, back in those days, Warlord wasn't even of legal age to drink.
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing to me to this day.
So
yeah,
I think that may have been somewhere prior to that, or that was kind of where I became like the campfire father. I was the one deemed to make sure that at midnight, if we were near a campfire, that if people were still up, hey, you know what? Listen to music really low, talk really low, joke, tell stories, but let everybody else sleep. Let them get their sleep. Yeah. We're the crazy assholes that will, stay up all night. Literally get up Friday morning, drive to the field,
and then don't sleep
for like
until Saturday night.
Plus hours.
Until Sunday night.
Yeah, basically.
Me with time going on, usually about 4 a.m, I try to pass out for about 2 hours and hopefully cook in my boot over the campfire.
That's true.
I don't know. I
don't think you ever have
for that one or not.
Probably not.
What, toasting?
I think that was Rev 9.
Somebody toasted their shoe too much, I remember.
I did a folding gap. No, never mind. I burned pants. Never mind. I burned pants to fold a gap.
That's worse.
Rev 9, I was cooking my toes inside my boots.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
We had the big campfire going. And I'm in my chair, and I'm like, my feet are cold. Let me kick them up on the bricks. and someone across from me is looking at me like, Phoenix, you might want to be careful. Your boots are steaming. I'm like, it's just getting the moisture out of them. And they started getting a little warm. So when it got to a point, I took them off, and I'm like, ooh, that's. And then I put them back up. Till the point where I think I gave my foot, my pinky toe, 3rd-degree burn.
Oh, geez.
From like the moisture cooking inside my boot.
Did you get a rare or medium rare?
No. I think it was a well.
Send it back to the chef.
Ouch.
I'm ripping my boot off because I have Wastelanders, and this is definitely something good to talk about.
Oh yes.
If when you go on events like this, bring extra clothes to change into, because you're going to get sweaty, wet, dirty. Definitely, if you're up all night and you've been out at the field preparing, and and you're going to stay up, change your socks.
Oh yes.
Put something dry and fresh.
If you're gonna change anything at all, change your socks.
Yeah, because yes, even in the summer it gets cold at night, and if your feet get cold and your socks are moist, just in general, walking around all day, moisture builds up in your shoes and your socks.
Right.
Your feet might feel dry, but you put some heat there, and guess what? It's like a steam cooker. It's not a pleasant.
Oh, did I lose you? Did we lose you?
Did you lose me?
Yeah, for a second there. You said it's not a pleasant, and then it cut.
It's not a pleasant feeling. It's like a steam cooker.
Yeah.
So definitely. I mean, I think every one of us can contest after Rev 8.
Oh yeah.
Miserable.
Yeah.
Time.
Oh yeah.
The event was fun, but it was a miserable time.
Yeah. Well, you learn a lot from those types of experiences, though, because, I mean, and we talked about it in previous episodes on how the weather matters.
Yeah.
And being aware of what's going on and adapting to it so that you're more comfortable. It's very important to know what's going on if you can.
Yeah, never underdress. If anything, overdress, because you can remove layers, and if you start getting chilled, you can put layers on.
Yes.
Also, don't trust the weather report.
The what?
Oh, God, yes.
Don't trust the weather report.
Oh no.
It's generally right, but there's always like it's a sudden shower, or it feels to me colder, or it feels hotter to me. So.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's take for example. This past December, Rev 11 was supposed to happen, but it didn't. And after Rev 8, I think we've been jinxed that there is no event we can go to without it raining in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Yep.
The weekend of the event.
It'll be bone dry leading up to it, and then that night, you guys are planning on doing something? Rain.
Yeah.
Well, Rev 11 did not happen. And I do not think it rained at all that weekend.
Of course not.
Nope, it did not. It was a little, it was chilly because it's December, but yeah, no rain.
Yeah. So it's like,
are we cursed?
Is it because we're not at the field?
Well, we ended up kind of sort of showing up anyways, but not in the capacity of the event.
Fun. Did you guys? Some of you go out on Saturday, or was it Sunday?
Saturday, I think. Yeah, Saturday.
Yep, Saturday.
I was recovering from Friday night intoxication.
Yeah.
That was a good.
That was a good night. Honestly, that whole weekend was great. Just like end of the world party up at Merchant's Place.
Oh yeah.
And don't forget about waste giving.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I mean, that was a good time.
I mean, I'm half tempted because my family's thinking about fixing the lower deck in the backyard. I'm actually half tempted to see if maybe after that's done, try to have a get together here and have it all in the back.
Overseer, would your family like a whole bunch of rowdy wastelanders in the backyard?
I mean, they've never complained before.
I mean, what about the neighbors though?
It should be okay. They do have kids though, so I don't know. We'll figure something out. We have privacy fences.
Do you think that stops any of us? We'll be climbing those fences.
Oh, Jesus.
Hopefully, hopefully we won't get the cops called on us.
We'll be looking in their backyards, wondering what we can scavenge. And if it's merchant, he's gonna be looking at pool furniture, like lawn chairs and shit.
Well, yeah. One of the neighbors has a little tree house in the back.
Hell yeah! We're gonna dismantle it and build it in your backyard.
It just shifted over.
We're gonna
They'll wake up in the morning and be like, "Where did it go?"
Trampoline, I think, is another thing.
Ooh.
And I think they have a pool, but it's kind of not up. Like, they take it down, but I don't remember. That might actually, no, that was the previous people that were living there. I don't know what's going on over there anymore. I know the tree house is consistent because that was like built by one of the previous owners. It's not quite the same as a typical tree house because it's more like its own building. But it's like you climb up a ladder staircase type thing, and it's like an open style treehouse type thing.
Overseer, you said the magic word for merchant.
What?
Treehouse?
No, staircase.
Staircase.
Fuck. Well, it's not in the middle of the woods, so we should be okay.
I mean, there are trees around it.
Be too sure.
There are trees.
Sounds kind of risky.
At one time, that was merchant. At one time, that was the woods.
Yeah, it was.
Shit.
Especially in my area.
Double shit.
He keeps bringing up this staircase in the Forbidden Woods.
I want to know.
I know.
Anomalous entities in the wasteland. I have to find out. Is this the thing? Is this something you saw while you were lost in Pennsylvania?
I cannot
confirm nor deny.
Confirm nor deny that.
Okay, so yes.
Which is the government way of saying yes.
Basically,
he may have been tripping on a very hard jet, addiction.
I've been clean.
I mean, he's been clean for a while, unless he got desperate in being lost.
No, I was lost, but I wasn't go back to taking drugs. Lost.
You weren't that lost.
I wasn't taking MDMA in the desert.
Have you tried DMT?
Hey, that's wild. Hey, can you bring that up on the screen?
Yeah, we're coming on 12:30, and honestly, I am so fucking tired.
Yeah, I mean, we can put a pin in this until tomorrow night. I have to.
Yeah. I mostly just wanted to see, like, test this out, see how well we could do. I think definitely needs a bit of work, to be completely honest. And it might be more me than anybody else, in all honesty.
I mean, you were doing good with staying in character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a test run.
Well, the thing is, I'm, real quick, we'll talk about it after. So, all right. Sorry.
Sounds like he's got something in his throat, merchant.
You gotta chew your food first. You can't inhale
it. Bless your food before you eat. Oh god, that reminds me. Oh gosh.
Getting PTSD again.
Reminds me of something one of our old roommates used to say.
Oh fuck.
Honestly, there's stuff that we remember from back in our college times that could probably go in the book of you.
Oh god, that would be one of them. The fucking miasma that came from her room.
Well, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about something Brandon once said. You might not have been in the know, so I'll tell you after. But all right, so hello, Wastelanders. This is Overseer of the Overseer's Logs. You have been watching Fall of Man Radio with myself, the Overseer, my partner in crime, and the owner and proprietor of the Circus of Value, the Merchant. A quick visit by the philosopher of the group, the Prophet, and of course, last but definitely not least, the fiery bird of death, the bringer of senseless killing and violence, the one and the only Phoenix. We are going to be ending this show for tonight. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Hopefully we will work on our performance and deliver you better shows to come in the future. In the meantime, remember, don't get shot, do the shooting, and stay safe in the wasteland, Wastelanders. Good luck. And so long.